Hey, how's everyone doing? We're here with MaREC Madness week number 3. I'm joined here by Jim. We got Jim in the booth tonight. Jim, how are you doing?
I am so excited to be back in the booth with you, Taylor Maas. Feels like it's been a year since we've done this.
Yeah, it's been a long time. We got Kelly in the chat. Kelly, how you doing? Got some people showing out already, but we've got a busy week ahead of us, and that's kind of why we're here a little bit early tonight. 4 matches tonight. So if everyone has been around, you need no recollection of what's been happening because you've been watching intently. But believe it or not, Jim, there are people that have potentially missed the first few weeks.
What?
So I know. And those people, if they want to, they can go back. We have a YouTube channel in which we have shown all those matches and recorded them and have it for your viewing pleasure. But had you not been there, we have played so far 8 matches,
Wow.
which is a lot.
That is a lot. That's
for the
that's
first
like
week,
half the
for
field
second
already.
week.
Wow.
That's half the field eliminated. Yeah, we started with 16 teams, or not teams, people, because this is a heads-up challenge. We started with 16 people, and half of the field has already been eliminated. That's the beauty and the anguish of March Madness, right? Everyone,
said it.
you want to make it, but half the field is gonna be gone after just one game.
Brutal game.
So-
Brutal game that we've fallen in love with, isn't it, Taylor?
Don't we just love it. We just absolutely love it. But here's our bracket so far. So in terms of the matches, I think we might just skip this top one that's up there. I don't know if I want to really talk about it. Is that all right?
It sounds pretty trauma-inducing.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of what happened, but it's all right. I ran really well last year, and this year, quite the opposite. Trond laid it down. He had all the cards, he had all the bets, all the value bets, and all the bluffs. I had nothing going, and it was a scale that tipped in his favor and never went back.
Well, I kind
So-
of know how you feel there, Taylor, because he's teeing it off tonight against the Goliath of our David and Goliath match. So I got taken to the woodshed myself. I'm feeling a little emotion myself about that whole experience. So it's gonna be tough. We got a couple of villains in the first match. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to root for either of them.
Right, because I want to be jealous. I want to be angry, and it makes me not want to cheer for Trond. And then I'm guessing you're kind of the same way. You want to be jealous, you want to be angry, and you don't want to cheer for Kim. But then at the same time, they beat you, so don't you want the
Yeah.
person that beats you to go on? So I feel like this first matchup is one that we're going to have the absolute insight into because we were on the opposite side of each of their winning matches.
You're right.
Unfortunately, someone had to be on the losing side, and that was both of us.
Yeah,
So
we know what it's like to get played like a fiddle by these two. So maybe we can have a little empathy for one or the other.
right. So we'll get to our picks in a little bit, but we'll see if jealousy or just good-hearted nature will win out for me and for you, I guess. But yeah, so that's the first matchup is the Trond who beat me and Kim who beat Jim. But we have a whole lot of other matchups that go on here. Last week we saw Rob play Jacob Kiki, the battle of old versus new, if you will. Turns out new wins. Newer is better. That's what we found out in this matchup.
We finally figured it out. There we go.
We don't disclose ages here at Rec Poker, but I think we kind of know it was old versus new there. So Jacob won a good matchup there. It was very fun to watch and see that play out. And then another really close matchup I thought we had was Chad versus Keith. And Keith came out victorious. That one, there was a ton of back and forth in that matchup. It was really exciting to watch. And I was cheering for Keith. Keith had one of my favorite videos. Everyone put together videos and talk through stuff. I love just the way Keith approached it. Just straightforward. Like, I'm calling my shot. I'm gonna win this thing, and I got to give respect to that. So Keith advanced, and we're gonna see the winner of those two matches, Jacob versus Keith, battling it out in the second match tonight. It's not old versus new. That's more like new versus middle.
Yeah, I think that's right.
But we'll see what happens there. And then the first week of matchups, all of their winners are also playing tonight, but in the back half of our matchups. Chris Jones beat Jack Burke in his first round matchup, and Mark Prashant beat Eric Jin, otherwise known as Binkley, in his first matchup. So those two are going to face off against each other. Of those, I was kind of disappointed that Eric didn't advance. Nothing against Mark Prashant, but if we had a highlight reel from week number one highlight goes to Eric Jin, who pulled off a beautifully executed river bluff, and not just a river bet bluff, but someone bet into him, and I think he had like the nut low, or essentially the nut low, and he jammed all in. It was absolutely beautiful. Like, you love to see those moments. He got the fold, and it was like, all right, let's let the momentum go in his favor. But website Mark was not to be phased. Still emerged victorious after getting blown off of, I don't think he had much on the river, but just because Binkley went for it, it was pretty awesome. So.
Yeah, Binkley's been putting in the time on those Thursday nights in the Play, Explain, and Learn sessions. That's where he's mixing it up with our other premium members, getting deep into those river plays with those deep stacks. Way to go.
I love it. I absolutely love it. And then the last matchup of the night tonight is going to be Kelly versus John. And Kelly versus Andrew. I did the commentary with this with Kim, week one. We almost passed out. It was such a long matchup. I have no idea how they were able to keep their focus through the whole thing, but by the end of it, I was calling flushes straights and straights flushes, and checks were bets. I was all over the place. And Kim was like, Taylor, seriously, get it together. But yet these two were still battling it out. I feel like the average time of a matchup in these is somewhere around a half hour. And that's kind of what we intend for, to create this production, to be able to go through stuff. They battled for an hour and 15 minutes, and no one could stop them. Yep.
Yeah, it was impressive. And I think you guys did a great job in the booth that week, too, because that was a real marathon, no doubt about it. It kept it lively, kept it fun. It was great stuff.
An absolute blur. You could say, hey, Taylor, do you remember when you said this? And I'd be like, no, I don't remember a thing from that week. That was so long.
Yeah, but all the viewers remember when he said he was going to give me $100, though, right? That one sticks out in your memory, I'm sure.
Yeah, that sounds like something I would say. So.
Well, you're such a generous soul. It wouldn't surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me at all. We can make that happen down in Vegas, hopefully, in June.
Okay, yeah. I think we might be there around the same time. So
Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed.
And then the last matchup, or the other matchup that we haven't talked about, was John versus Tim. And Tim came in. He had a cool trash talk video saying, he just wants to pull off some big river bluffs. We didn't see it. Nothing lived up to the Binkley river bluff. But John was a tough opponent. We were talking. This is the one thing I do remember before I passed out from exhaustion. John's the cyborg. He's the poker robot. He's got his stuff. He is so set in how he plays. It'll be really interesting how this Kelly John matchup plays out. But that's gonna be the last matchup of the night. If it goes another hour and 15 minutes, Jim, I don't know what I'm gonna do. So please be ready to save me if I need to be saved.
Yes, I actually had to switch from Grolsch to Canada Dry for this one, just to keep sharp. You never know, because you never know what these are going to turn into, right?
Because on St. Patrick's Day, you drink ginger ale.
That's that. We should have had some sort of we should be shooting Bushmills or something here at the end of every round or something like that.
Maybe, yeah.
Maybe,
I don't know. I mean,
next year.
Next year. Yeah. Chris has a good question though. Aren't those just called dry in Canada?
Yeah, it's like he's married to a Canadian. That's how much he knows about Canadian culture. He is so
dries.
Yeah, we just call them dries. But I think for the rest of the audience, there might be some Americans or global citizens here watching. So yeah, I'm just gonna have a little sip of dry.
Yeah. Ah. All right. Well, that was good
Refreshing.
But yeah, those are our matchups tonight. I'm excited for it. I should probably get a coffee, but I didn't. But yeah, that's what we have ahead of us. So yeah, I figured we'll just chat about what's going on. I know I didn't tee you up for any of this, but like, there's always a lot of stuff going on in rec poker. What's coming up? What's exciting to you? What do the people of Rec Poker Nation want to hear from Jim?
Well, I'll tell you that if you're watching this live, you've got a chance to go right now over to unshuffled.io and play in our Unshuffled Challenge, our Rec Poker Unshuffled Challenge. It's free to enter, and you can win $50. They're going to give you 50 bones, and we're going to throw in a free membership, premium membership at Rec.Poker. So if doesn't take long, go have some fun, play against their bots, and challenge yourself on the global leaderboard there. But in looking a little more long view, I'm super excited about our contest to get someone down to play in a bracelet event. So if people haven't heard, if you're a premium Rec Poker member on June 1st, then we're going to pull someone's name out of a hat, and that person is going to come down to Las Vegas if they can get themselves down there, and they'll be my partner in the tag team event number 55 on June 26th. So that's something I am super excited about, obviously, because what better way to win a bracelet for Rec Poker than in a tag team event? Come on.
And what easier way for Jim to win a bracelet than to have someone else do it for him?
Exactly. It's like making my own memes. It's just I need all the help I can get, Taylor. You know what I'm talking about. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to that, of course.
Yeah. I mean, we got to figure out if Chris is playing that, right? Event 55.
It's event number 55. It would be weird if he did not play it.
Right.
Yeah. Just saying.
Him and I have cashed in a event. Yeah.
Yeah.
So as far as I know, and I don't know if this is true at all, but Rec Poker tag team combos are 100% in cashing in tag team events.
Undefeated.
To my knowledge.
Yep. Right in, folks. If you have also experienced a Rec Poker partnership tag team event, let us know how you did. Because so far, we feel like we're running pretty hot. 1 for 1. I know it's a small sample size, but still, I think that's the kind of predictor that I can really get behind.
Yeah, and Chris and I absolutely dominated that event, too. Joking, of course. We never had an above-average stack. We had multiple buy-ins, and barely made the combination stage. So you play individually and then you combined in the event that we played, which is different than the WSOP event. But cool. So there's two halves of the room, and I was on one half, he was on the other. They all play, and then we combine at a certain point and then alternate every other level. We combined with what would amount to one starting stack each. So we had played for a while. There had been a ton of rebuys, and we go in well under average. And I swear you'd never believe the amount of folds we got from our all-ins of our 4-5 big blind stack. It was like, okay, we got another level. Cool. And we just survived. And then all of a sudden it got to the money bubble, and we're like, we're going to do this. We made the money bubble, and we looked at each other and we're like, hey, all right.
Yes, sir.
And then after the money bubble, everyone just vanished from the tournament. Everyone just went fireworks to try and double up, and we just kept doing the same thing. I'm pretty sure we got 10th or something like that.
That's amazing.
In some sort of way of never really doing anything. But so if you're looking for a partner, follow our recipe of just be short stacked and never lose an all in.
I do like playing short stack. It is the most exciting position to play. Now, one tip: how often did you swap off, and how uncomfortable was it having to take turns sitting in each other's lap?
Right, because that's what we would do, is sit in each other's lap.
It's a custom up here.
There was a strict structure to how this tag team worked, which is very different than the WSOP. So
gotcha.
It was an alternate every other level. So we each had a wristband. I had a blue and he had a yellow, or vice versa. So when they split at the start to the two sides of the room, blue was on one side, yellow was on the other. And then they said, okay, we're all combining. All the blues are playing level 7 or whatever level it was.
I
then
see.
Level 7 ends, level 8 starts. Now it's a yellow.
Gotcha.
Then blue, then yellow. So there was no more breaks because they were switching out, but it was every other level. So then I would sit on his lap and then he would sit on my lap. But no, it was very strict. So that's not how the WSOP one works. You can just tag in and out whenever you want. So
yes,
we were both playing.
I'll be playing. Yeah, I'll play one set of blinds and then I'll let my partner come and take it home. That's the current plan. I'm excited for that. Full aces, right?
Full aces. Yep. All right. So Pet Vet wants to see some trash talk videos. I think we're all right with that. And
yeah, there's some good ones out there.
Oh, yeah. Let me get it on my computer here. Let's go here. Since Pet Vet wants videos right away, we're gonna play Pet Vets right away.
Let's do it.
Let's see what Pet Vet has to say about her matchup.
Well, happy St. Paddy's Day, everyone. It's MaREC Madness Day. And as you can see, I am busy studying my heads-up pre-flop ranges. So just to let you know, Oslo Borger, I am going to be ready for you. I know that these Norwegians, they can be pretty, shall we say, aggressive at times. But you gotta watch out because I hit those quads. That's what I'm known for.
She does hit those quads. You know all about that, Jim. I like how she went Norwegian with her video too. She was out on the slopes. Like that's a very Norway thing to do, right?
Yes.
They're very good in the Winter Olympic skiing events, and I mean she's Canadian, so I mean it works for her too. But yeah, level playing ground.
Really zeroing in. That's very metagame. I like that.
I like that. Chris Jones had a good one here too at auto plays on my stuff, but let's get it going. It's a classic. He doesn't put his face in it though.
How is that not his job? Like, how is it that that's not what he does for a living? That's crazy.
Yeah, it doesn't really work though with the Rec Poker, guitar intro, and then it goes into maybe like I love it, but it doesn't necessarily work out like that. And then we got Kelly's video as well, which I thought was really good. Yeah, this is a good one.
John Somsky, the big question here is how long is it going to take me before I get you crying like this baby?
And I don't know if it was excuse me, intentional or not, but like when I was like, oh, Kelly's video, like wonder what that's going to be, and then I saw an hourglass in there, I was like, oh my gosh. She's gonna wear him down. She's gonna take forever to beat him. She's gonna win by a battle of attrition. She's getting the hourglass ready. Let's go, John. How long can you hold out?
I'm starting to think that Kelly Stork might actually be the funniest person that I know. Based on those videos and our interactions in the home games and stuff like that, she's the dark horse candidate for funniest person I know. Kelly Stork, keep it up, Kelly.
It's the type of humor that I really enjoy.
Yeah,
and I'm behind it as well.
Yeah.
Mr. Somsky. So Somsky's playing Kelly. Let's see what Somsky has to say.
Kelly, congratulations on your win in the first round of MaREC Madness.
Nicest guy in
Last
poker.
time we played together heads up, you thoroughly beat me. I am hoping to even the score this time. So good luck in our match, and may the worst person win. That'd be me.
He knows how to keep it classy.
Yeah. That he does. I swear he's probably a robot. But yeah, he's good. We'll see who goes in that matchup.
He's definitely
the young
one of
guy.
the better poker players on the crew.
Oh, he is so good. The young guy, Jacob Kiki. Let's see what he has to say.
Well, we're on to round 2 of MaREC Madness. I'm a little disappointed that in the poll last time, people thought Radman was going to beat me. Maybe one of these days people will learn that I am the all-time rec poker champ. Keep doubting me. I'll keep winning. I'm just kidding. Whatever. Good luck, Keith. Wish you the best of luck. Run good. Hope everyone this has been a really fun event. And I hope we have a good match. Good luck. See you. Bye.
Yeah, I didn't see the Twitter poll, but apparently the Twitter poll was in Rob's favor, and Jacob does not take kindly to that.
He's a killer. He's a killer out there.
You realize you voted against me in this poll, right?
Yeah, that's right. No, he deserves the respect. He deserves the respect.
He does. And we have his opponent as well, Keith Monkey System.
This one's
Let's
awesome.
See what Monkey System has to say. I liked his week 1 video, calling his shot. So let's see what he has to say.
Yo, this is Monkey System, about to take on Keck Geek 65 in the Elite 8 of the 2022 MaREC Madness. Now, Keck Geek 65 last year called his shot to win 20 home game tournaments last year, and he hit it by the end of the year. Much respect. But this is another year, and this is another contest, and I am going to lay the hammer down. So you watch and enjoy. Watch and learn.
Yeah. He's calling his shot. He's calling it.
Watch and learn.
Videos. Yeah.
I love that one.
Yeah. That
was so good.
Yeah, no, that's. I think I might be on Team Keith, but just like 4-ish minutes or so until we start up the matches. I see Stewie saying Ace King in the chat.
Oh yeah, are we doing
those
the
people
wagers?
that don't know? So those people that don't know, we do a giveaway.
It's your first time
on our Twitch stream every week, every single week. Every week. And I was like, well, you can't guess how I finish in the home game tonight because we're watching MaREC Madness. So how about I give you a chance to still win one of our giveaway prizes? And not just one chance. We have 4 matches. Let's have 4 chances to win. And all you have to do is correctly pick the winning hand of each matchup. So we're going to open it up for the first matchup tonight, which is going to be Trond versus Kim. Someone's going to win the matchup. Someone's going to have 2 cards in their hand that were the reason that they became the winner of this round. And if you can guess those 2 cards correctly, you win our giveaway.
That was a very elegant way of describing it. Nice.
Thank you. I got to fill airtime here, Jim.
So you don't have to call suits. That's something. You
don't have to call suits. You don't have to say suited or unsuited.
Okay,
no.
Just the hand ranks.
Ace King, you've got 16 different combos when you say Ace King, and that's what Stewie did. So he's got 16 combos of hands. Kelly said pocket 7s. There's 6 combos of that.
Ooh. I don't know. Strategically, it's just less likely.
Monkey System says Ace 10. Someone who used to know says Ace Jack. JB calling the winner and the hand, saying Kim's going to win with King 10. So that's even more confidence there. You love to see it, but go out there, enter those guesses right now, because once this match is done, we'll look back. What was that winning hand? Did anyone guess it? And if you got it right, you win. And how do you think people feel about gambling, Jim? Against it? We're a bunch of people that don't like gambling.
I think we probably run the gamut.
We probably do. we can gamble on Twitch. So everyone gets Twitch points for watching the channel.
Yeah, Twitch points.
If you look, there's channel-specific points. So for Rec Poker, by watching the channel, in the bottom of the chat, you got a little icon. It's like a circle, I think, and then it's got a number next to it. That's how many channel points you have. If you would like to, they're pretty much meaningless points. But we can gamble with them. We can make predictions. So we'll go through and make predictions of who do we think is going to win each of these matchups. So we'll go out there. I'm putting it together right now. Who's going to win the first matchup? Kim Kilroy or Tron Vidar Stensby? You'll have 10 minutes to submit your guesses. You're gambling against everyone else out there that also wants to gamble. So if someone picks Kim and says, I'm going to put 100 points on them, that's 100 points out there to be potentially won if you pick the other side. So it all evens out depending on who picks what, because you guys will put in a certain amount of channel points, and then whichever side wins, they will take the points from the other side. Gambling at its finest, but with like no risk. You're not actually going to lose anything besides these channel points, which may be valuable someday. We have no idea. It may be the next Bitcoin. It may
I think
be
so.
The next.
That's what I've heard. I've heard it's the next Bitcoin, though.
But
I have it on. That's what my dog told
good
me.
authority.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's never been wrong.
Never been wrong. So we're about to start. We have just a little bit of time here before the people are going to kick off the first match of Kim versus Trond. But we need to know, Jim, which side of the matchup are you on? Your prediction.
Kim versus Trond. So I know that Trond is a sharp player. He puts a lot of great posts in the forums, and we've talked about strategy in a couple of our premium membership study groups. But Kim is a technician. She's a killer. She's got live experience, online experience. She travels the world playing poker. She's got just great results. It's hard to root against her, and because I've felt the keen edge of her blade myself, I have a lot of respect for her game. So I'm coming on board Team Kim.
All right, good. Okay, my guess. I liked there's the jealousy, the bitterness of wanting to root against Tron. I like to be someone that can put that emotion aside. But I can't. I'm jealous. I'm bitter. I'm cheering for Kim. I'm doing it. I'm cheering for Kim. I'm jealous. I'm bitter. I'm all those things.
That's right.
No, it's going to be a great matchup.
You feel your feels. You feel those feels, Taylor. Those feelings are real.
Those feelings are real.
Those are valid.
So, no, I think it's going to be a great matchup. I'm excited to see these two play out. I had not played much against Trond. Probably went against me in the beginning rounds, but he's a really solid player. Kim also really solid. I think this is going to be a good matchup. I'm excited for it. And
I think Tron was one of the members that won his way in by winning a heads-up tournament earlier in the season. So
he hasn't lost yet.
No, exactly. He's got the chops.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right. So I think we're about to ready to head over to the game. So I think the players are ready for their matchup now. And let's there we go. Let's go check it out. Looks like they're just getting started. Yeah, there we go.
All right. Well, dominated right off the bat. Tron's hoping they get it in right here. Let's make this a short game. Uh-oh.
Yeah, could be.
Uh-oh. Middle pair. That's going to be that's kind of a monster. Heads up.
This is what crushed me versus Tron. Catching middle pair versus his top pair so frequently. And it's an annoying spot. That's a savior 4, to be completely honest. Now they're both essentially chopping. They need a 9 or a queen to come out, but pet fed right away.
Yeah, lead by Tron there. That board definitely, when something like that happens, that's a good time to lead out as the pre-flop caller. Although in heads up, of course, all the ranges
it gets crazy, but yeah. Whoops.
There we go.
My my computer popped up with it wants me to run a security thing, so that popped up on my display capture of the screen. So everyone at home,
Now they know what you're.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay.
Password manager. Here we go.
Oh my gosh, it's still trying to pop up. There we go. It should be gone now. Those things are so pesky.
So I'm surprised.
Yeah, we're here for poker, right?
Yeah, here we go. I'm surprised we didn't get a little more betting from Pet Vet here. I guess she's really worried that Tron's not going to call when that king comes on.
Right. Mm-hmm. And like when Tron checks flop and then it comes out a king, if Pet Vet would lead, like what's Tron going to call with? Would call with a king, but she doesn't want to be in those situations. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I to me, I'm not too shocked at how that one played out. But yeah, I mean, you flop top pair, you feel great. How great?
Yes, the hand's not over till the river.
Mm-hmm.
So I expect we'll get a bet here from Kim.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and watching back, I noticed Trond made a decent amount of ace-high folds versus me when... And so I'm not surprised by this fold here, but when you have ace-high is generally pretty good in a heads-up match. And you can really like win a match by calling enough with ace-high, and you can also lose it by either calling too much or calling too little with ace-high type of hands. And sometimes you get 2 ace-highs in your hand to start.
That's very efficient.
Yeah, so maybe Pet Vet is just going to lay down a hammer here. She's been off to a really hot start. Oh!
All right. Well, I'm glad they can't see our expressions because we might have given something away just there. Tricky. Check behind. Wow. That's very savvy. Now, do we get a lead from Tron Vidar here?
I would assume so. When it goes check, and this board gets scary. Because there's going to be a lot of hands that will want to call here. Anything with a 10, a queen, a 7 even. And then obviously pocket aces. And now this jack. This is a little bit scary for Trond, but also decently scary for Pet Vet. I mean, I think there's a lot of instances where Pet Vet was going to be looking to raise rivers and potentially turns, and we got a turn and a river that I think saved her a ton.
Yep, I think so too. And I think Tron's got to be, he knows that he's got a bet folding range there, and he's ahead of a lot of her calling range. I think so. I think he's
and just think how differently that hand could have been too if Kim bets flop, continuation bets. Trond could go for a check raise. Probably should in those instances. Kim's gonna have to call. She can't fold pocket aces there. And now all of a sudden we've got a bloated pot. And at what point would have aces either called all the way down or found a fold? Could have been really interesting to start there.
Yeah, and I always think that you get spots like that where the board pairs on the flop, and against a player like Kim, who is very range aware, and she's very savvy herself. Like those are boards that I think we should be kind of check raising with some airball bluffs every once in a while, because it's hard to do that with a draw on a lot of boards like that. So I think she will continue a lot if she thinks that you're savvy enough to put those airball check raises in there, which means you really should also check raise your really strong hands, I think.
Yep. I've been doing a lot of study myself, and I have found out that paired boards are one of the best ones to be going for check raises on. It's a very frequent play on a paired board, so depends on the situations and stuff, and I don't know exactly how it works in heads up, but yeah, those are the instances to go for check raises where your range is very polar. So
and they're a high
interesting,
frequency.
But we saw the weak check and then a small pot, and I wanted fireworks. We didn't get any fireworks.
No, they're saving them. They're saving them for the dramatic finish, I'm sure. But yeah, anytime that the c-better is going to be c-betting at a high frequency, that's usually a good chance to sneak in a little bluffy check raise there. Good board here in a similar fashion.
Yeah. But Pet Vet does not check raise and just gets out of there. Neither of them had much there. You can't just relentlessly check raise on those boards. You do have to be selective about them. So I
only if you want to succeed and profit, to be fair.
Right, yeah, you could just start blasting off, right? Like you could just make your predictions for the matchups based purely off of feelings and negative emotions that you have sitting in you. Because I mean, why would anyone?
That sounds
do that?
really healthy.
Yeah. Well, we've gone on a bunch of tangents here, Jim, and we really
found a couple rabbit holes.
We really haven't missed too much. There's been a decent amount of back and forth, and we're essentially at a starting stack for each player. So.
Right. Yep.
Good news is we didn't miss much, but everyone's got to listen to us.
Heads up, you see wide ranges, and they're deep enough that they're not feeling married to any particular hand. So it's going to be a lot of someone folding before the river.
This is interesting though. For 10-9 offsuit, to go for that check rate or the 3-bet pre. Sorry. It's not even deep into the stream that we have here, and I'm already starting to stumble over my words. But Trond did that a lot versus me, and did it a lot with Ace X type of hands. And this is a perfect board for that.
Yeah, I like that.
I'm interested to see how I could see Trond just. Oh, I thought he was going to keep barreling.
Yeah.
Because this board is so tough for Kim to hit something of. It's tough for him to hit part of too, but he was the 3-better. It does hit him a little bit more.
And he might just be thinking, what does she call with if it's not an ace?
Sure.
Or that's not going to.
Right, because on an ace 5-5 board. And now with the check bat, to me, this should be putting flags up in Petvet's head. Like, does he have anything? King high could be good here because King high beats everything except for an ace and pocket pairs. She does find a fold. So the bluff does get through for Tron, but I think she was thinking about finding a call there.
Yeah, thinking that he probably would have continued on the turn to express that strength for the hand.
Oh, wow. Wowie, look at this.
Oh, boy. Top pair versus the flopped straight.
Yikes.
Good.
This is going to get crazy. I think the one thing that will save him is if Petvet just calls, we could see a lot of turn cards that slow down Tron. Otherwise, she does go for the check raise. Otherwise, we could get into these situations where that's not good for him.
That's not gonna help. That's not gonna help. I don't.
To be fair, if he wanted to beat a straight, he needed to start doing something like this. But I don't think he's getting away from this. So he's gonna be stuck in this hand unless he hits a jack or a 6 here. This could be a huge swing in Petvet's favor, and Petvet's putting pedal to the metal right away.
Yeah, and Tron Bedard, he looked almost like
Chris Jones says, I guess 5-7. A little bit late for that, Chris, but yeah.
You can see Tron when he got bet into like there. Yeah, that's true. But he didn't love it. He didn't love seeing that big bet, even though it improved his hand to 2 pair. So he must really feel like she's quite strong here.
Right, but how can you fold Jack 6?
Yeah, I don't think
she just went big here. She's gonna go all in. She does. Yeah. Oh yeah, look at that look on his face. He knows that this is everything or nothing, right? It could be like a set of 3s, a set of 4s. He blocks a set of 6s.
Yep, good point.
And a lot of this went in on the flop. So she could, if she went for the check raise on the flop, she could have a diamond draw plus like a 5. Like if she's got ace 5s of diamonds, like this would make a very logical 3-barrel bluff spot. Yeah, he does call. I didn't think he was going to be able to get away from that, but man, that's going to be hard to come back from now.
That jack really handcuffed him there. There's no doubt about it on the turn.
Yeah, and Chris saying what we just talked to, she could have diamonds there. The diamonds does make a very logical bluff, and I think a lot of hands that have the 5 of diamonds make a lot of sense in her hand, which she did have, but she had a 7 to go with.
Yes.
Yeah, Chris says possibly holding the jack of diamonds lets us fold, but really tough. I agree agree with that, but it's one of those tough spots that, like, is one blocker card going to be enough for us to change our decisions, and it feels really tough. We would have been much happier calling if we didn't have the Jack of Diamonds, because then the opponent could have had it, which also would have meant for a lot of continuation barrels if your opponent had Jack of Diamonds, because then they had a pair to go with their flush draw. But yeah, really, really tough spot. I cannot fault Trond for that play there. And he just open jams his spade draw here. Kim does have a gut shot to a straight plus the Jack of Spades.
Yeah, she's thinking about it.
She's thinking. It's kind of tough, but over 3x, almost 4x pot size.
Yeah, 4x pot.
Is going to take it down to 6 highs. 6 high wins.
Yep. That put a smile back on his face.
Yeah, I like the transition, though. Tron immediately just going aggressive.
Yep.
If you're short stack, you gotta be willing to just, like, go with that. But interesting spots now here, because we're at 10 big blinds roughly for him. He's got a lot of tough decisions pre. Do I go with it? Do I not? Can I start limping? Do I raise? All these types of things, all of which just don't feel good no matter what. Hitting a pair feels pretty good, especially what would be top pair.
Now, does he just check behind you?
Checks.
Yeah, I think he just...
Okay. I think you gotta potentially go for little bits of value whenever you're short stacked.
It was essentially like second pair, where top pair was
the top pair
itself,
was paired on the board, right?
Right, so it's less likely that someone's got that.
Mm-hmm.
It's a tricky spot.
And it was a limped pot too. Unlikely your opponent has a pocket pair. If your opponent has a pocket pair, they're just jamming pre.
Yeah,
so
good point.
What do you lose to? An ace? Don't they jam all those? So I think that's actually a really good spot to go for thin value there.
I think thin value is really like the next frontier for a lot of recreational players, especially on the river. Just finding those, having that bet folding range. Like, it's okay to bet and target value, and just know that every once in a while they're going to have an even better hand. That's a key.
Yep. 2 low suited cards. I thought maybe he would go with it, but just gives it up. Can't fault him. High card value is going to be so important here in these just trying to jam spots. So this is why when we have done our giveaway, all these ace X types of hands have been winning.
Yes.
It's been the only winning ones. Like, we've had ace 6 twice, we've had ace king, ace 10, a bunch of stuff, like a bunch of those types of hands, and it's just because of these type of situations, you whittle them down, and then you get an ace, and you're willing to go with it. It holds, match over. Ooh, I was wondering if Trond was going to go with it there, because he did 3-bet his 10-9 offsuit earlier. Was wondering how we would feel about something. Yeah, ace X 100%, but Kim's not going to do anything with it.
Nope.
Not a 7-4 off.
Trond Vidar was playing with a limping range earlier. And Taylor, do you have like a number of big blinds that you just start shoving and that's your only play pre-flop, or do you still kind of spread it out over limping, opening, and shoving?
I mean, I got to be pretty small to not even want to limp. At 10 big blinds like Trond is, I think you still need to have some limps in your range. And probably when I get to like 5, it's just like, okay, it's only ever going in or being a fold. But definitely in a spot where his 2 options in my mind, I'm probably not min-raising off of 10 bigs, but I am limping or jamming.
Yep. You get that king to showdown.
Yeah. Something he felt confident with pre was trying to kind of, I think, to trap. I think he wanted to limp as a trap. And Kim was just like, I've got 5 deuce. We're not gonna go with this.
I love that, though. I think Trond Vidar has a very balanced approach to his theory of poker, and I like to see that.
He's got some ground to make up, though. He's gonna have to. He can't just play well. Playing well will do enough for you, but in this spot now where he's at, he's also got to get lucky.
True.
So he's got to play well and get lucky to be able to come back. And I don't like the sight of this. And I know someone guessed Ace Jack, so I think we might have our first winner. That is if Tron gets eliminated. We don't know that for sure, but all the chips are going in. We know that.
I think that is definitely going to happen. There we go.
All right, needs the 10. 67-25. He laughs. He's like, oh no, I finally got a hand. And,
well, now interesting.
Pot?
Queen or a
chop
king?
Pot?
Yeah.
Chop pot?
Or another 4 or an ace. A lot of outs.
Almost.
No,
the Ace Jack is going to do it. Wow.
Ace Jacks. We got our first winner of the night.
Yeah.
Dun, dun,
we
dun.
went. Well, first, congratulations, Kim. We saw the win coming for 5 minutes there at the end once you flopped a straight versus
that's hard.
2 pair. Like
that's tough.
Kind of crushed
that's a tough
them.
one.
Nice job, Kim. Congratulations. Yep. But we do have
Kudos.
our first winner. We did 8 matchups and didn't have a single winner. And now in matchup 9 we have a winner. I forget who it was. Someone you used to know, Michael Babker.
Hey,
guessing Ace Jack.
Michael's on a streak. He won the LPP Sunday night home game last week as well too. Michael, email me, jim@rec.poker. You won a free month at Learn Pro Poker. You want to take advantage of that? Trust me.
Yeah.
Email me.
But congratulations! You also won the giveaway. He's won the Twitch giveaway before. He knows the the deal.
He's no stranger to how things happen over here.
We'll figure that out. But yeah, congrats, Kim. Our first Final Four appearance.
Wow! No kidding.
So yeah, congratulations. Our next matchup is going to be Keith versus. Is it? Yeah, Keith versus Jacob.
Yeah, Keith versus Jacob.
But before we get there, Jim, what'd you think of this matchup? What were your thoughts?
So I think it was basically as we thought it would be. 2 very sound players trading jabs. And then when they both had a big hand, that's the only time you're going to see a really big pot when it comes to seasoned veterans like this who know how to play every stack. I really liked how Trond was playing the short stack, because he even had some sophistication in there, a little trappiness, a good mix of limping and shoving. I think that makes you unpredictable and harder to play against. So I thought that was great. And then Kim, once she's got her foot on your throat, she's just you're not gonna get back from that without getting lucky a few times in a row. So I think it was just good poker, well played.
Yeah. So like I said, we do the gambling. There's gambling.
Oh yeah, right.
We can do.
Did someone change their lives tonight?
Everyone picked Kim. So everyone put their money in the Kim pool, and all of the Kim pool gets repaid out to the Kim pool. Everyone just let us hold on to their channel points for a little bit. And
I see.
Now we're going to give it back to them with no interest.
This is like the home games. This is play money where you get to work on your gambling skills. Because I'll tell you, folks, if you put just a little something on the underdog, then you could have walked away with all those front runner points just there. I'm saying
could have, but it didn't come through. So
yeah. Well, no, but
you would have lost everything.
It's an investment
trying to get it. Yeah,
that's right.
But that doesn't mean you can't win more, because there's 3 more matchups for us to gamble on. So I'm getting the next one out there. We've got the next prediction of Jacob versus Keith. Keck Geek versus Monkey System. So that is live out there if everyone wants to go for it. But you can also guess for the winning hand, because like I said, we have 4 chances. We already have 1 winner tonight guessing Ace Jack. Stewie sticking with Ace King. 5x5 saying Pocket Jacks, which is, you can't see it in my background there, but I've got the Justin Jefferson jersey. So Jacks are the official hand of our Twitch stream. Because JJ, Justin Jefferson, you got it. Yeah. Kelly's saying Pocket 8s.
She guessed Pocket 7s last
Babker's
time.
sticking with Ace Jack. He's going to run it again.
Yep.
Good call.
It's hot. It's a hot hand tonight.
Right, yeah. Same thing on the roulette. You get a winning number, you just bet it again.
There you go. Let's gambling, right? That's what we're talking about now. This is a gamble.
City. JB says Pocket Kings. Pet Vet in the chat. Congratulations, Pet
Vet. Way to go, Kim.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised.
No, she's going to jump in the home game, she says. She's guessing Ace 5. So people have noticed the trend of the winning hands. That Ace High frequently wins. And that's what a lot of people are going with.
Yeah, because that's
So-
part of it is just you want to choose a hand that's likely to get shoved with or to get called with. That's part of the science behind it. The science.
Jasper Jr. wanted to go with the ace-5, but got it in just after Kim, so switched to the ace-6.
Smart, Pat. Smart play.
Dan's picking the pocket 10s, so...
Mm-hmm.
Also, I joked about it. Doesn't have as many combos, but is also a very like you're gonna get it in with that type of hand. And like if something's gonna beat an ace high type of hand, it's likely to be a pocket pair. So
It's true.
Yeah.
But I don't want to see anyone picking King 10. That's just a garbage hand. It's my least favorite hand. I decided.
Someone picked it last time.
I know.
that,
Well,
right?
and it didn't work out for them. I don't think it did. Okay, this is what I'm saying. It's a trash hand. I hate King 10. Actually, it's really just offsuit. I just hate King 10 offsuit. It seems to get me in trouble every time.
Okay.
I hate it.
I was about to say, like, Jim, I just want to let you know that I kind of like King 10 suited.
No, that's okay. We can still be friends. I like King
The
10
offsuit
suited
one,
too.
yeah.
Oof.
Get rid of the offsuit. Ugh.
Garbage.
Dan says
I don't even like
Jack offsuit, worst hand. Same thing, right? Yeah. Like, give me the suited combo, get rid of that offsuit trash.
I don't hate it as like a 3-bet fold, but then just you never follow up on it. That's the lesson I'm learning. Just if you don't get the fold as a 3-bet pre-flop, just leave it behind. You owe it nothing. Nothing.
Yeah. All right. I'm getting told by my producers, wrap it up.
Okay, that makes sense.
The next match is getting ready.
Sounds about right. Okay.
So, before we get to the next match, predictions, Jim. Keith, Jacob, what are you thinking?
Now, I'm okay. I have thought about this one. Jacob's obviously a beast. But his excellence is in progressing through our larger field MTTs, like the home game, 60, 70, 80 players, something like that. And then obviously finishing it out because he had to beat 20 people heads up just to get his medals last year. But Keith is a real student of the game, and I know he hosts a monthly study group using Advanced Poker Training, and he drills a lot. He uses a lot of tools like Range Trainer Pro to prepare, and I think he's probably more studied in the specific context of heads-up play because I know I've seen his trash talk videos. He's taking this seriously, and he's getting down into it. So my prediction is Keith. But I also think this is going to be a gutsy, savvy, well-played battle.
All right. Yeah, I think you're off in like what you're trying to put Jacob down on. You kind of tried to recover there. Like he had to beat 20 people heads up to get those titles. Like there's nothing to dismiss about that. I think you're totally missing it. But again, I'm not going with logic today. Logic's out the window. If logic was in there, I'd be picking Jacob, but logic's out the window. Keith, I love his moxie for calling his shot. I'm picking Keith just for that reason. So
we are aligned again.
I hate agreeing with you. So
it doesn't feel right, does it?
Because I want to get rid of logic and not agree with you. So hopefully later we can start disagreeing on some things.
Yeah. And I can scrub this feeling off my skin. Ugh.
All right. Yeah, let's... Again, producers in my ear, wrap it up.
All right, yeah,
Let's
we should probably move on.
We should
with this. All right,
get ready to go because they are getting ready. Looks like they're ready now-ish. Yeah.
All right.
So let's.
Here we go.
Shoot over there. Looks like it's a little off-centered on my screen. So let me.
I like Keith's got the monkey up, and here we are, Ace 2 versus Pocket 4s.
Yeah. Right away off the start, an ace high versus pocket. If this hand came out later, all the chips would be in the middle.
Yeah,
but
when
now
stacks
it's
are
so
a little
early
shorter.
on, they're going to be feeling each other out.
Oh my God! All right, well we got Kiki got lucky here.
Yeah,
he's probably going to call one bet. That's pretty small. That's really small. That's into 208 pot.
He does call the one bet, but like these low pocket pairs, they look good pre-flop, and then a flop comes out, and they're like, no, this doesn't look good anymore.
Yeah, it's very hard to improve. That's the problem. It's just hard to improve.
120 there. Like, it's hard to do anything. You either get a set and feel glorious, or you're just stuck trying to fold.
And that's why that's why they're good candidates to take to a flop every once in a while, and
sure,
they're easy to play.
but I like pocket sixes and above. I draw a line right there. And
Do you like
that's a
pocket
really good spot.
sixes? Pocket sixes right up to pocket fives?
Oh no, sixes to aces, right? Everything below there is kind of trashy, and you can just kind of like get rid of. So, yeah.
We get the open fold from Keith, Monkey System, and something tells me they're going to reciprocate.
Yeah. And I know last time we were talking with Kim, I was talking with Kim, and we talked a lot about, those ranges, and you should be playing a ton of hands heads up, but I think you should just be getting rid of those like bottom hands.
Yeah.
I think 7-5 offsuit is just good enough, so I'm good with Monkey System raising this, but the 7 deuces, 6 deuces, 8 deuces, like all that kind of trash, you can just get rid of it. 5x5 says right up to pocket fives. Jim Reid for president. Apparently he really liked that comment. Do I have to go into my Twitch moderator dashboard and get him out of here? Do we need to clean up the riffraff in here?
It's a nice big bet there from Monkey System. 66 into 88 with top pair and the redraw. All right.
Not too many exciting flops, but this is where, a lot of the build-up can happen and how they're fighting for some of these small pots. And then how does that relay into when they finally get into a medium-sized pot or a big-sized pot? Because sometimes you just get the instances where you can't avoid what's going to happen, which is what happened last matchup.
Right.
Tron versus Kim, straight versus turn 2 pair. That's just never, you can't get away from that. But then you get into these situations. How do you play out these boards and stuff? And now Jacob hits on the river. How is he going to react? He leads out. How's Monkey System going to react to his lead? Because that lead should be pretty strong. And he folds bottom pair correctly. Those are those small pots that really start defining the matchup. So it's tougher for us to chat about it, but those are pretty big and important times.
Yeah, and I noticed that Keith is utilizing a very small bet size on the flop and following it up with a bigger bet size on the turn, which is textbook. And based on the hands he's chosen to do it with, it seems like he's really applying it to a lot of his range and not worrying too much about what his actual holdings are.
Yep, I noticed that in his first round matchup too. It seemed like his continuation bet percentage was over 100%.
Which is hard to do.
You couldn't believe it. Yeah, he got a fold pre-flop and still put out a continuation bet.
That's impressive.
We were like, Keith, no, keep those chips. We're gonna deal out the next hand. He was like, no, I continuation bet.
I expect we'll get a lead here from Jacob, and Queen High is going to be good here a non-trivial amount of the time. Although with that particular board,
lead. With that lead versus that board, I just don't think they're ever doing that. So they would have to have close to the nut low. Which at what point do you lead there? I think that's a pretty easy fold for Keith to make. These paired boards, though, these are also
we've seen a lot of these
moments, right? Like, do you continuation bet? Now, open for Monkey System to go for a check raise. Again, you can't do it all the time, but those are good boards to have candidates of check raises for. So, he had a crappy hand. I don't mind the check fold. You usually want to have some sort of equity when you do it, but I'm hoping we start seeing a little bit of aggression here between the two. Speaking of aggression,
here we go. Yep.
I think the first one of the match, but Keith's got, if he is folding out the bottom trash of his hands, Jack Deuce suited offsuit now becomes the trash of what he's opening. So a really easy fold for him to make.
Yep, I love it.
And I'd imagine a 3-bet here from him now with the King Jack suited, which we see. I like the sizing too, 3.5-ish.
And Jacob gets to play this one in position, so it wouldn't surprise me if he called. But very disciplined there. Good for you, Jacob.
Yeah.
He's definitely not ahead of his opponent. So.
you're just hoping to flop well and then use your position later when
you get a lot of ways you can proceed, but it's better as the pre-flop aggressor.
Ah, look at this.
Mm-hmm.
Are there any more kings in the deck?
Yeah,
I'd like to see some blood.
Blood's the word I was going to use too.
Let's spill some blood. Because if a king doesn't come out, it's going to be tough for Jacob to continue much further than just one street here.
Yeah. He's got the king of clubs, so he should probably...
Oh,
getting frisky here. And an insta
call.
Oh, Taylor. Oh, shit.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, boy. So, and with this dynamic already, he's leading, and now Monkey System has to feel like he's got the best hand here. Yeah, smooth call.
Ace shouldn't be too scary, because your opponent would have to have ace 8 or ace jack exclusively for it to play out like this. Or queen 10. I guess queen 10 makes sense because you did have a gut shot there. Yeah, Jacob's gonna call this
half pot. Yeah. Given the action on the flop and the turn.
Mm-hmm. He's thinking about it, which is good. Like, he is behind and he's thinking about it. I just don't know if he can ever find a fold here.
Yeah, Keith.
This is 2 matchups now in a row where someone's just got pinned with 2 pair. And I feel really bad for asking for the blood, too.
Yeah. Tough to get away from that.
Fortunately for him, though, not all of Keith's stack went in there. So Jacob's still in an all right spot. He's got half of a starting stack.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing like when Trond got hit and he was left with a sixth of a starting stack and just had everything in front of him. I was gonna say if Jacob finds a way to just get frisky here, we could see Ace Jack win. 2 in a row, which Babker would have loved.
He's letting it ride
because he's like, just double down, Ace Jack again.
So here's a spot 2-4 offsuit. Is that the kind of hand? Do you rank that higher or lower than like 9-2 offsuit when it comes to this dynamic?
I'd rather play 4 deuce offsuit than 9 deuce offsuit. If I knew this board was coming out,
it depends on the board. Little deck read.
But they're both, I think, hands that I would just fold pre.
Now this one could get messy.
Could get, yeah, because I don't think he's going anywhere with his suited queen here.
Nope.
Although it's going to be tough for Jacob to hit a value and not kind of like scare Keith, unless it's like spades.
Oh boy, that might do it.
Okay.
That might do it.
This, I think a 4-bet here, and then I think he's probably going to fold correctly.
Mm-hmm.
But, yep.
There's the jam. And now, what's he... Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
When you got a chip lead like that, there's no reason to get it in.
Right. You want the finish. You could have finished them. Like, that could have been the match. We don't know what the flop cards were. It could have been... Queen XX, and then Keith takes down the win here.
Mm-hmm.
But correctly identified a spot where he was behind, just got away from it. I don't mind the 3-bet. You got to keep that aggression going, even though you've got the lead. And probably just fold pre here. Just can you can just let this hand go. We don't have to play these. Now look at this. You're gonna miss the flop, and you're still gonna lose the hand to an inferior hand, or to a superior hand in Jack 10 offsuit. Dang it!
Wow, there you go, powering through, channeling his inner Chris Jones.
All right, what's your favorite hand that you love? The King 10. Here it is. We got the King 10 offsuit. This is the Jim Reid special.
Great. My condolences, Jacob. I'm sure this is your exit hand. Oh, well, at least he'll slow him down. At least he's not going to get too many chips in now. With that garbage hand, King 10 off.
I think he's going to find a way to get away. Monkey System leads 3/4 pot there. Just going big immediately.
And he had called pre-flop, right?
Monkey System, I believe, 3-bet over.
No, he did
Jacob's
3-bet.
limp.
Okay, yeah, right.
Or I guess
or
it's not a 3-bet. It's just a
yeah.
raise over his limp. I think it was limp. Then he went like 3.5x call. Flop came out ace high, and then he goes 3/4.
So yeah, you can tell Keith's really he really believes the theory. Like he works the theory. So some players deviate to exploit other players, like with checking with the strongest parts of their range or something. But Keith, I really respect Keith's commitment to playing his ranges.
Yeah. And I gotta commend both people. You can see facial expressions here. Like Jacob took a big hit. He's still calm, cool, collected in there. Same thing with Keith. Keith looks good, looks solid. Could have been some carnage here.
Yeah.
Both of them holding a queen, but
He's got the overs in the back door here.
You can kind of tell what's coming sometimes because I just saw Jacob move his hand, so he was typing out that bet, getting ready to go. So you kind of this is a card that could make it interesting.
Yeah.
Top pair versus now a flush draw, and when you're Jacob and you bet that flop, you're kind of looking for a 7. 5 or a 10 is but another heart also helps out a ton. So
yep.
This could be it. I think someone guessed ace queen. The check is good though, because the only way he was going to get all of it, but Jacob just says, "I'm shutting down."
Yep.
You've got the winning hand, and that one hurts. That hurts for Jacob.
Yeah, that takes him down. But I like the play.
Yeah, he's betting flop, and then in his mind he's got to be like, I'm continuing on those potential straight cards and hearts, and he got one of those continuing cards. Just happened to be pretty much the card Monkey System was looking for too.
Yep. But that's important, when you're thinking about that on the flop, visualizing what cards can come on future streets and know in advance which ones you're going to continue on, which ones are good for your range, which ones are good for your hand, and which ones you're just going to give up.
This has potential to be it too. Open-ended draw. Monkey System's got a very solid pre-flop hand and ace queen. He might stick with it. He's got 2 overs to the board.
Yeah, backdoor to
Jacob
Broadway.
Gonna handle this. He looks really serious there, and he just goes for a jam. Yeah, that's gonna scare Monkey System away.
Yeah, gets the better hand.
Jacob's all right with that. He just had 8 high.
Yep.
So
loves it. He loves it.
He's doing that aggression route that we've been talking about. You're down. Find the aggression. Be willing to take those risks. Embrace variance.
Embrace variance.
You need to get lucky to get back into this.
Yeah, you're like a team that's down at the end of the football game. They're more likely to do the old hook and ladder because the cost of the fumble, they're already losing. So you got to kind of embrace the variance and get a little crazy. Try something to make your opponent make a big mistake.
Yeah, I was like with you. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna agree with it. He's gonna say onside kick. And then he said hook and ladder, and I was like, dang. Maybe we aren't in sync as I thought we were.
I think onside kick's a better example. Damn it, you did it again. You did it again, Taylor Maas.
They're gonna not let us do these together. Just we stopped talking about the matchups and just BS back and forth. Save it for the post game.
Yeah, guys, come on. All right, this could get a little juicy for Jacob here.
Go for the check raise. You think it's not?
Could be.
You don't feel all that comfortable check raising on this board.
No, you're right. It's not really the right board for it.
But
I think
again, if he's embracing a variance enough, like this is the spot where he might just be going with it.
Yeah.
I think the board scared him there. I think if the ace was like a deuce, I think he goes for it. But that ace out there, like part of his outs there are actually emergency outs for his opponent too. Like he had an out that was a queen, but then that made it an ace queen jack 10 board, right? Oh no, jack 9. Never mind.
No, but I like the point
Yeah.
that you're making for sure, because you don't want to counterfeit your outs like that. And when you are making that check raise with the draw, you don't mind a fold at all. Like that's kind of the preferred outcome, really. Your equity is only there in case they don't fold. So picking the right boards where your opponent doesn't have a very strong range is crucial.
Right. Chris wants us to go down a rabbit hole of like who else wants to get rid of onside kicks and do like something else instead. So I'm gonna avoid that, because normal Twitch stream I would just embrace that and just start chatting about it like relentlessly. But we've got to stick to this. Where our producers are gonna like get in our ear and be like, "Stop it."
Yeah, he's already blowing the whistle. Like it's a punitive whistle noise in my ear. It's like, no, back to the game, guys. Oh,
like,
God.
Guys, haven't you noticed that Monkey System has been slowly like in an arm wrestling match? He's getting ready to put it down. It's not a big slam. He's not big slamming down. Like he's slowly going, and could be ace 8 here. Do we see Jacob go with the king high? Because he's
he does, and
we're gonna see a call.
He's gonna call
could be
here.
Ace 8.
Wow.
Oh!
Too disciplined? Too tight?
I think too disciplined.
I don't know. It's not a very good hand, but it's when your head's up, all the hands get promoted in strength in your distribution. They're all better.
I was gearing up for the here's the ending. But no, I found a fold. Like you're putting out your opponent on a really tight range to rejam with 10 bigs in that spot. I think you gotta keep ace 8 as a call.
Although it's a personal weakness of mine, getting into spots like this and then calling with those kind of hands, because you are dominated sometimes, and it's very hard to improve when you are. But you're ahead of so many combos of hands in your opponent's range that it's
Monkey System is trying to hook the fish. Trying.
That's
trying
right.
hard. Just
let him have a jack,
nibble.
he's thinking.
Just nibble, Jacob.
Let him have a jack.
Nibble.
Just not jack 10.
Jacob's just like, no. Like, I have king high, but no, I'm just nowhere near this hand. Get me out of here.
Get me out.
I thought he might think about it with king high there, but Jacob looks a little bit frustrated. He's like,
does.
Give me a hand. Come on. Yep. Oh, pocket jacks. The hand of the stream.
He did get a little more focused there, too, and it came, He had a little... all right, so he's shoving here.
But now is Monkey going to fold the king 7? He folded ace 8.
Oh, but he folded ace 8. Oh.
Wow. If I'm Jacob and I saw 2 folds now to short stacks...
Good point.
I am relentless with my jams. I don't care if Monkey opened them. I'm going to be relentless with my jams.
Yep.
King 10, jam.
Even offsuit?
Yes. Like, based off what we've been seeing with Monkey System folding. Like, yes, there you go, Jacob. There you go.
Oh, yeah.
I think there's some blood in the water allowing
Jacob
this
one's it. This is it.
Yeah.
Although he's up to 700 big blinds now.
I know.
So Monkey System...
Okay,
yeah,
now
gets the call.
Avoid
gets
the king
call
or the
with
queen.
King Queen.
Oh, the ace. All right, Jacob's
Runner.
back in it.
Yep. No 10. Oh.
Yeah. Oh.
Wow. Oh, man. That one hurts.
Geez.
That one hurts for Jacob. That was a roller coaster. Well, I know I predicted...
I felt the momentum was going back
me
in his
too.
favor, too, and he flopped him so dead.
God.
He couldn't have gotten... If it would have came king-queen,
Yep.
still would have won.
Yep. Wow.
Keith was down to running straight outs or running king-king, running queen-queen.
Wow.
He needed king-king, queen-queen, or jack-10.
That is amazing.
Oh.
I feel for you, Jacob. That one that one hurts. That one hurts.
I was feeling the momentum. Everything was going back towards Jacob. He was sensing the folds. He I could feel him like getting confident that he was getting a lot of folds, and he's like, all right, we're gonna go super variance and just make him keep folding. But wow. I mean, congrats to Keith, right? He got him in the arm wrestling almost down, and then he was starting to lose it, and then runner straight, boom.
Now, Taylor, if you're gonna bust a tournament like this, do you prefer to just sort of get ground down to dust and lose like that, or do you prefer to have this kind of a roller coaster where you're getting right back into it, and then they just pull the carpet out from underneath you in one fell swoop like that?
Trick question, neither. I don't prefer either. They're both bad.
They're both bad.
They're both bad. I don't like either of them.
Yeah, can't argue with that. Yeah, I
mean, we've seen 2 of those, right? 2 matches where it's just been one hand just, here we're going to decide it and then just play out for the last little bit. Luckily enough for both of the people that were like down in those matchups that they were the chip leader at that point, right, and didn't get like decimated. So there was still some life in them, but both matchups we've seen scales tip in one favor until something was over. But King Queen, I don't think anyone picked King Queen. King, Ace 5, Jacks, 8s, Ace 5, 10s, Ace 6, Ace Jack, Ace King. Yeah, no one picked King Queen, so we did not get the double winner. But guess
the night
what,
is
Jim?
young.
Should we do it again?
I think we should.
I think we should do it again. All right. The next matchup is Chris Jones. And he's going to be taking on Website Mark. So,
Intrepid Soldier.
Yeah, exciting one there. Should be a good matchup. What are your thoughts on this upcoming matchup, Jim? What are you thinking?
Well, these are 2 of the folks that are really very closely tied up into rec poker. Website Mark, it runs everything to do with the website. He's our technical director. Chris is the director of membership content. They work hand in hand all the time. So they know each other pretty well, but off the felt. Because I know Mark and Chris, they probably played together at Rec Poker Day at Running Aces last year. But I don't know if they have a lot of experience mano-y-mano. So I just have to give the edge to Chris because he's just steeped in poker all day, every day, as he crafts new learning opportunities for Rec Poker Premium members. He plays online a lot. I know Mark can hold his own and he knows what he's doing, and he's already beaten someone to get here, right? But I just think Chris Jones is just such a formidable opponent. He's going to be tough to take down.
Yeah, very, very true. Chris is great. Mark is no slouch himself either. I have the benefit of I played both of these last year in my MaREC matchups. Both really good opponents. Granted, I think I played Mark, then Andrew Feist, and then Chris. I thought all 3 played really well in their matchups. Mark is a little bit more of a wild card. He takes slightly more unconventional betting lines, which can throw you off. And I was going to come in here and pick Mark, and then we were talking about how we can't pick the same, and I was getting really scared of that. So I was really hoping you didn't pick Mark, but I'm going to stick with my guns. I'm going to pick Mark. I think he's able to pull this off. It should be a good matchup. I have the predictions out there, so if you guys want to gamble, you can. I paid out the winners of the last matchup with Monkey System winning. The money was on Keck Geek last round. So those that picked Monkey System,
they were listening.
Took home a good chunk of channel points.
That's right.
Which, stay tuned. You can see how you can redeem those for maybe a certificate from me that says congratulations.
Ooh.
You got to get enough. You got to get 1 million. So
that's
yeah, keep it going. Yep.
Yeah. I did used to run a sports book in my high school, so Uncle Jim might have a few more tips about betting on the underdog. Stick around.
Chris says signed. You need 2 million for a signed certificate from me. It's not out of the question. But
it's gonna take some aggressive betting.
Yeah, so we have some guesses in there in the chat for the winning hand here. Stewie sticking true with Ace King. Dan says Jack 10 suited. Again, you don't need to be so specific. You take just Jack 10. We'll allow it, though. You get all of Jack 10s. Kelly says Ace 8. Babker's sticking with Ace Jack.
Kelly's going unpaired this time. All right, Kelly. Spice up that life.
Ace Jack. Although he said he was tempted to say pocket fives, which I am surprised no one has actually said pocket fives yet, because this is Chris' matchup. Everyone must be picking website Mark and avoiding that. But JB says Ace 7. Jasper Jr. says Ace 9. And then we got a message from Astro Merv. Hey, Jim and Taylor. Just but I should be working. How long do you think the stream will go for, roughly? You never know. We're going to watch these matchups. We're an hour in. We've seen 2 matchups. We got 2 more matchups to go.
Yep.
My guess, somewhere between an hour and an hour and a half. Although we do have Kelly's matchup coming up last, which last week she played an hour and 15 minutes in her match. So we don't know exactly how long this is going to go. Plus, Jim and I can ramble quite a bit and just get caught all over the place. So
find a few little rabbit holes. Merv, great shout out, man. Astro247.
Yeah, welcome. And Dan says, okay, I get it. I don't need to be so specific, but I'm going to call it even more. Jack 10 of diamonds, he's saying. So he's getting
calling
more
a shot.
specific. He said, yeah.
I love it. That's awesome, Dan.
Monkey System. Monkey System, congrats on your win.
Monkey System, way to go.
10.
Yep.
Yeah. A bunch of people saying hi to Merv, and he says you guys can ramble for a few hours afterwards. Yeah, we definitely can.
That's been known to happen.
Also says he loves the podcast, so welcome in. Glad to have you in the chat. And
cheers, buddy.
We've got another matchup coming up. It should be ready here in just a second.
Right.
So you're going with Chris. I'm going with Mark.
All right.
Let's get those 2 ready to go. And looks like they're starting their matchup now. And let's head over there.
Let's see how it looks.
And it's not entirely squared up on my screen, so let me get that fixed up a bit.
And they're off.
There we go.
Queen 10 offsuit. Ace Jack. Could be a quick game. We want Ace
matchup,
Jack to
right?
be the one. Yep.
Murph says, how long is this going to go? Maybe one hand.
We don't know.
Let's get a King, Queen, 10 flop. And we may be here for 10 more minutes.
Definitely going to get a 3-bet from Mark here. I remember watching Mark's matches last year, and he is not afraid to mix it up. So you know he's going to be getting in there with some hands like this, which I love. That's my way to play. That's my style of poker. I love it.
A 9 could be it for Chris. But yeah, no, you're totally right on Mark. When I was playing him, I was like, man, this guy must be getting a lot of hands. And I was like, you know what? I think he's just willing to bet and just go for things. So you got to just find a spot, grab that seatbelt, buckle in, and just say, all right, here we go. What's fate got for me today?
Yeah, it's true. Heart of a champion. Oh, God.
Oh.
Wow.
How many people picked Chris? And how many people picked Queen 10?
Yeah, this is. I mean, it's at least
Mark
it's a
slows down.
The 4-card straight might slow him down there a bit.
Yep.
Even heads up, so that might save him a little. Chris has to bet this now. And what's your sizing? What kind of sizing do you like here?
I was going to say 350 to 400. He goes 420. Totally. He feels good.
Mark's going to have some top pair hands, some 2-pair hands here. And I think that's the kind of hand that's going to call a river bet too, if you think about it. It's not just going to be a 1-pair hand. Oh my! All right.
Chris isn't
sure what.
He feels pretty good about this. Does he? I think he should call, and then although we can see his camera, Mark took a really confident drink there. But now he laughs. Okay. Now I think he realizes the gig is up. I think he's going to find a fold here. I think if Chris just calls there, we could see Mark just put it in on the river.
Yeah, some spades might slow him down. I guess there are some
over on the very first hand.
I know, really.
The prediction wouldn't even have been done taking guesses. And I don't know how I would have reacted in that situation. I don't know if I can stop it from taking guesses. Okay,
Oh,
he
yeah.
does fold. We didn't know exactly if he was going to fold or not.
Oh,
but I
10
assume-
Jack of Diamonds. Wait. Oh, but
way.
it can't be the winning hand. It can't be the winning hand in this one. That's still. Oh, but King 10. I think someone had a King 10 guess.
What are these hands? It's just...
Yeah, this one's getting set up for some fireworks early, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. This is exactly what I'm thinking, what Babker says here. What on earth is going on here? Right?
I
We
love
just
the little.
watched
Yeah,
two matchups where it was like a little bit, oh my gosh, in this flop.
Yeah, that's an action flop.
Give them both strong draws. But we saw two matchups where it was just so much like, you got a bad hand, just fold. Okay, now you just got a bad hand. And now here we are, just boom, boom, right away. Even more outs for Mark.
I love the gamesmanship at play here. Chris obviously picks 5 for his icon, and then Mark comes in there with a 6 just to one-up him. I love that.
All right, everyone, I know he's down to half a starting stack, but put the money on Mark. Just flood the money on Mark.
It's a little mental game.
Yeah. Come on. This is great.
No, that is awesome. So yeah, Chris is a technician. He's going to have his sizings down to exactly what he wants to be putting out here. Pretty good flop. Pretty good flop for both of them, really.
Right. A run out of 2-8 would be insane.
Right. That would be... Yeah, the 2 first.
Yeah, right. You got to have the 2 first. And then Chris is going to stick around because he's not going anywhere.
Yeah.
Because he'd be like, a lot of my pairs would be good. I have a lot of straight outs too.
Well, did Mark change? Mark changed his number to a 4
Oh,
because he's down.
How could you not pick Mark? How did you pick Chris and not
That
Mark?
is amazing. That's
Do you want to change your pick?
I might want to change. Well, no, because you picked Mark. So I don't want to get that stink on me. I already got to go take a shower after this. Forget it. So the 3 pairs, which puts them ahead.
Oh, jeez.
Puts them ahead.
And Mark raises. Oh, my gosh. This is going to be the quickest matchup that we have.
That's kind of a cool play there.
He just calls.
Oh. So then...
Now this is scary.
Yeah, and what's Mark going to do here?
Yeah.
When
this is those unconventional lines we talked about.
Mm-hmm.
Hits a bottom pair and goes for the check raise.
And a 7's one of those hands that, one of those cards that 5x5 might be calling with in his hand when he calls that action. 6s, 7s, 8s, right? Those are natural candidates. Monotone turns, so there's not a lot of other draws out there.
Yeah.
Maybe he's trying to get a fold out of a 4 or a 5. Ooh.
Chris raises. I don't think Mark can call here.
No. There's value raise from Chris there. That's that kind of thin value we're talking about. Yeah.
He's definitely thinking about it.
Well, he knows Chris is capable of showing up anywhere with a balanced range, so that does put you in kind of bluff catcher mode a lot.
He does find the fold.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and Chris showed it. You can kind of tell with the faded out versus brighter cards, but he did show
there you go.
that he had the straight. Well, we haven't gotten to this stage this early in a heads-up match, but still only low blind levels, and Mark might need to go a little bit aggressive here.
It's a good board for his hand. He gets to play it in position. I'd like to see a c-bet there.
And you just turn the nuts. Now he's got all the confidence in the world.
And I think because he's an aggressive player, Chris might expect him to have bet the flush draw there. So when he doesn't and it comes in, that can actually, some players will read that as you don't actually have the flush.
Mm-hmm. Should Chris have actually had something there, but he didn't have anything.
Right.
So the 25-50 level, Mark's got, what is that, 14 bigs. Gonna need to make something happen. We don't see this quick of a turn, but Mark could get aggressive and try and even this out, or get aggressive and just to end it. So,
yep. He's got the 10 high flush here.
mm-hmm.
That'll help.
Every little bit helps.
Mm-hmm.
Just the pocket 10s.
Man, that's like twice the hand pocket 5s is.
Personally, I think it's like 4 times, but hey.
Now you're thinking of pocket 2.5s.
Right.
Common mistake. Common mistake.
Anyone pick ace 10? Monkey
oh
system
yeah, I think
did.
someone did. We did have an ace 10.
Monkey system did. I could see it in the chat there.
This might be a shove for Mark here.
I was like, I think it will be.
Mm-hmm.
You get down to that 14 bigs, someone raises into you, and you've got ace high. I feel like that's a very opportune time to pedal to the metal.
A lot of chips in the middle already.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-oh. And I think when you're playing against Chris and you see 2 5s come up on the board, that's got to just like, you got to feel the icy fingers of death on your spine. You know, that's got to be like, oh no, I can't get involved with this now.
Yeah. When I played Chris last year, in the third match, we played and we got into a hand. I had pocket 9s, he had pocket 8s. And obviously, neither of us know what they were. I flopped 9 high board, which top set for me, awesome. But there was a 5 on there. It was like 9-5 something, and I was like, please, if you can do anything for me,
let him have
pocket 5s here. I would like nothing more than to win MaREC Madness versus your flop set of 5s.
Mm-hmm.
But I got him to like call a bet because he still had pocket 8s on a 9 high board, but eventually got off the hook. I was like, that would have
been like walk off home run. You know, they don't write stories any better than that for you. That's like the heroic finish that
we wouldn't have heard from Chris afterwards. We'd have been like, where's Chris? Doesn't Chris have to do some seminar stuff? He's not responding to emails. Can someone go check on him?
Well, he's got Mark pipped here, but will it matter? The 7 would play if they got to showdown here.
If anyone bets, they're going to win, but I don't know if anyone's going to bet.
If they are, it's the player that would have bet the turn, because it's hard for the player that did not bet the turn to have a queen here, I think.
Mm-hmm. That look in Mark's eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I was going to say, it looks like he's going to bet. Chris,
he's got a very balanced range. Mark has a very balanced face range.
Yeah, he does. I can't pick up reads on him. I thought he was going to call one time. He didn't. I thought he was going to raise another. He didn't. Keeps me guessing.
Mm-hmm.
And I really hope Chris was like 9 high like a boss.
Like a boss.
Yeah. This could be 9-10 suited.
Yep, it's a good candidate to get frisky.
Mm-hmm.
Although I can say that, I like to say that about most hands.
Yeah, right. Oh, it's a suited hand. Oh, let's get frisky.
Whoop, get him in.
Jim, saddle down. Yeah, you gotta feel good about pocket 6s when you bet that flop and just take it down.
Yes. Yep. And I think we'll just get the fold from Mark here.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent. Just think about putting those chips right back in your pocket. That's a half a big blind that you didn't have to win later.
Mm-hmm. And it's a big blind when you double up. Well, I guess we're just waiting for the deck setup. We had it initially.
Mm-hmm.
Everything was in favor. We could have been done right away. We could have been done on hand 2.
No kidding.
And then now we're back into the more normal of heads up. People getting trashy hands, not really wanting to like get it in.
Yeah. Which is a lot of heads up, because people get in. You get to the flop with really wide ranges, and really wide ranges miss the flop a lot.
Here from Mark. I was gonna say I'd like to see a bet from him, just because this misses Chris's range so much. But he was just like, screw it misses it so much, I'm gonna put all the chips in the middle.
That's right.
So This week when we do this is always tough on me because there's real March Madness going on.
Right.
And I don't know what's going on, but obviously this takes precedence. We got to be doing this, but there's extra madness going on. We've got Poker Madness. So if you're at home and watching this, then you've got the easy job of not having to do commentary while we watch this. Ooh, I didn't see the king pop off here, but that's pretty nice for website Mark.
It sure is. He's playing it cool.
Chris is going to the keyboard. You can see him making that movement. He's putting out a bet. I'd like to see Mark just call.
Yeah,
although
he was going to be...
a check jam isn't like that crazy either.
Oh, yeah. What's in the pot right now? 467.
So 330 beforehand, then Chris bet, just over a third, call it 40%. Now there's 600 in the middle. Mark's got 480 behind. Interesting to see if he goes for a check, trying to induce, or if he's just going to jam himself. Because I feel like he's got to be pretty confident about his hand. Oh,
me too.
Chris just snapped.
Check behind.
Just smart decision there. Mark was trying to lay the trap. Did not work.
But he's up over 1,000 chips, and it's anybody's game.
Oh, yeah, that's a nice barrier to break. Then, the next milestone is getting above 1,500, 2,000, and then get it back even. And we could have a matchup on our hands. And then he can flip that 4 back to a 6.
Yeah, that's right.
Let's see it.
Let's see it. I'd love that. So this was a single raise pot.
Is anyone gonna fight for it?
I'm a little surprised. I guess Chris has a particular c betting range in mind on boards like that. I'm probably over c betting.
Yeah, I mean ace high flops should be heavily c bet. So it's a good board, especially ace high boards that have 2 low cards on them. So I wouldn't have been surprised to see a continuation bet there. And then Chris, it feels like he's going to give up here. No.
Oh, he's going for the keyboard.
It looks like he's typing. He's going to type out some sort of bet.
So when you've got jack high here, he's really trying to get a king to fold, right? Like that's... And he does.
Or a low pair, like a 5 or a 6.
Yeah.
King high and a 5 or 6.
Yep.
In that spot.
Cool play.
Good bet. I thought he was going to check back. But there's Chris making a lot of smart plays. He checked back instantly with that pair of 7s when Mark was trying to set the trap. And then goes for the bet when he's just got slightly worse than his opponent. He gets his opponent to fold.
And you can see that's how Chris is just visualizing his opponent's entire range and the way that he's played previous streets. So he gets to the river, and his spidey senses are telling him my opponent has this kind of middling strength hand, and middling strength hands can't call big bets. So it just speaks to Chris and says this is a good chance for you to take a bluff, and he does. So nicely done.
Mark called really quick there.
Yeah, I get the feeling Mark feels like he's has to defend a certain portion of his range, and he doesn't like these king 2 offsuit kind of hands because they don't play very well, but they've got too much value to fold them.
Look at him getting spicy with a raise. This is that unpredictability that we kind of mentioned before. Takes slightly unconventional lines. Like a lot of people, if they're feeling good about that king high type of hand, they're just going to send it just jam into the opponent. But then he gets a queen jack X flop, and he's like, you know what, we're going with it. And here he's got pocket kings, but I think he's going to get some unfortunate news that his opponent doesn't really have a hand.
Yeah, so Chris is limping in here, and insta-calls. Insta-calls in position. And of course, Mark sees the ace, because that's what happens.
That's what
happens when you got pocket kings. Chris is really just looking at 2 back doors here. And drills 3rd pair.
There's 1.
Yep.
He's going to need more, but that's a start.
So do you ever? Yeah, I was gonna say maybe this is a lead. To get a call from a 10 or an 8.
I want to see what Chris does.
Mm-hmm.
He does call. I was thinking he was going to find a call because when Mark checks the flop after raising pre, he's either like, I've got a really strong hand or I've totally missed this board.
Mm-hmm.
And then when the 8 comes out, that hits Chris. So then it's like, well, does he have that portion that just totally whiffed? But now, what
telling
will
the
Mark
story
do here? Mark still doesn't feel all that comfortable.
He's got a pot-sized bet.
But I think he's going to find like a half pot, half a stack bet. Oh, no, he does go all in. I
Chris
don't
finds
think
the
Chris
fold.
can... Yeah.
Did he get called by a queen there or a 10 there?
Again, he broke that next threshold, 1,500.
Yep, 1,500, you called
he's
it.
Working his way back.
Mm-hmm. Uh-oh.
Oh.
Oof.
Anytime pocket fives would come up in this match. Oh no.
Oh, boy.
I feel like there's going to be some sort of psychological effect from Mark to like get aggressive here. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like he has to get aggressive with Chris's hand versus Chris.
Yes. Dangerous play.
But then you get these flops and you're like, what the hell do I do?
Right.
What the hell will Mark do?
Mm-hmm. Another one of those paired boards, but the pre-flop caller is going to have a lot of that kind of middle of the range hands, a lot of those kind of suited connectors. So it hits his range pretty well. Chris just drops that ace high like it's hot. Shows. He shows.
Did he?
He put a little needle out. And now he's over 2,000.
Hey.
So there you go, folks.
He found his way back. What was he down to at one point? He was
Down
down
to
to like 500, 600.
Yeah, even
It
four.
was like 10 bigs with 25.50. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Good comeback.
Big time.
And he has never been at risk. It's never been an all-in and a call.
Right. Yes, he hasn't had to fade the call. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Here's Chris getting frisky with that.
9 off. Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh.
And there you go.
It's a fold. Okay.
And so, you know, we were talking about this before. When your heads up, when all your ranges are wider, that means that you're promoting a lot of hands that you'd fold into your raising range, and that means that you're promoting a lot of hands that you'd raise into your 3-betting range instead, or hands that you'd call into your 3-betting range, just because as one range gets wider, so do the others.
Yep. And I think that Queen 9 off is one of the put a hand into a 3-bet bluff range from Chris.
Yep.
So he's not going for value there. He's hoping to see folds, but he wants to have non-premiums in that 3-betting range, so it's not just only strength.
And he's got a queen blocker, which has some value, and he can hit some straight draws, which is nice. But it's not such a good hand that he's worried about folding it to a 4-bet and giving up equity. So it's a nice candidate for that.
And another 3-bet.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-oh.
Now this one
Looks
feels
the camera of Mark went out here. He doesn't look too good. Can someone check on Mark? He's getting 3-bet too much.
That's right. I think the 3-betting has broken Mark's camera.
Oh no, Chris, what did you do to him?
And Mark's got him pipped here.
Yeah, there you go.
There
Send
we
it right
go.
Back to him. Maybe this 3-bet will fix his camera.
Suited wheel ace. Yeah. Great candidate. I love that as a candidate.
I feel so bad. This is Mark's time on the stream on his camera, and he's got this pixelated view of him. I feel so bad. Hopefully it gets fixed and sorted out.
I blame
another
our producer.
3-bet. Look at us go. This is fun. I love 3-bets.
And Mark smooth calls there, just looking for some playability post flop, but that is not the flop for him.
That's not the flop you're looking for when you do that.
But that's good when your opponent makes a big hand and it's not the flop for you, because it tends to not cost you very much. And I am hoping that that's the case for Mark here. Yep.
Yeah, because if he had 9-8 suited there, middle pair, backdoor flush draws. Not too bad of a hand here for Chris, though. Pocket force.
Yeah. I'm guessing you feel like that's just like a marginally better hand than pocket fives, for instance.
Slightly more than marginal, but yeah. I got to keep the jokes alive. Interesting board. He's got a spade. Heads up. You know, your opponent doesn't necessarily have a spade.
I like the lead here, though,
but
from
now you're in a tough spot. Yeah.
From Mark. You're putting him in a tough position. Finds the call. He is ahead.
More outs if he was behind before too.
And is Mark going to follow through? It's not a great card. Right. You know, Mark would have liked to have seen maybe something that gets him some of his backdoor straight. Or, although Chris probably has a one spade hand quite a bit when he calls there.
He does follow through. Now what is Chris going to do? He's
picked up that straight equity.
Yeah. Is your spade going to be good? Can you count those spades as outs? You can count the fives as outs, but what if it's the five of spades? You can probably count your 2 4s as outs. And then now how do you feel on this jack? Mark, does he buckle up? And
how many jacks?
Just send it.
How many jacks does Chris have here?
Chris can't call.
I don't think he can.
Oh, he looks. Oh, look at him.
He's thinking about it. He's thinking about it.
Do I want to?
And look at Mark. Mark is just locking it down. He is very.
Oh, his camera's back, so now we can see him.
Yeah. No, he's inscrutable.
Oh man.
And I like
Chris
this because.
Find it?
Yeah, and He
I don't
knows,
think he's going to, but
he knows it's a polarized spot.
I like just thinking about it.
And everyone should do this. Just think about it, folks. There's no rush. There's no rush to go click your button. Fold. Take your hand off the mouse and just think about it. Range your opponent.
Yeah.
And then this is what happened. You get rewarded by the poker gods.
But no, you're right, because like I can guarantee like what is going through Chris's head is like, is he firing just a single high spade? And like if it's just a single high spade, an ace of spades with a jack would potentially make sense with this, with hitting trip jacks, but like everything else doesn't take that line, not any of the other pairs. So a lot of his range is either flopped flushes, single high spades, or a jack. And he was sitting there and he's trying to figure out, it's like, does he have that jack, or is he just got like a single high spade? Kudos for thinking about it, but yeah, that's a tough spot to find a call when Mark goes bet.
And that's where
kudos to Mark for following through.
Yeah, exactly. And that's like being an aggressive player and being unpredictable in that way. It makes you harder to play against, and it makes it harder for opponents to feel confident about the ranges that they're putting you on. And that can just put them in some really difficult positions. But the cost of it is that you have to get a lot of chips in, with a wider range of hands aggressively. Yep. So,
yeah, and that's like what I was talking about before when I was playing Mark last year. Like it got to points, and I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna have to buckle up in spots. And it looked like Chris was like getting ready for that. Like, got a pair. There's a lot of potential draws and a lot of potential bluffs you could have here. Do I just go with this?
Yep.
And it was a tough line. But talk about this matchup. Mark now up to 5x.
Oh, yeah.
What his low point was.
Yep.
Almost back to even. We almost have the scales even, and he's got ace king here now.
Good 3-bet hand.
Chris is probably going to call with 10-7 suited.
Yep, me too.
He does. This could be the evener. We could go back to even now. Because if I'm thinking what Mark's going to do here, he's going to see this as this board doesn't hit my opponent. I'm going to bet again. And Chris is going to have a tough time calling.
It's a good size. It's about a third pot. So Chris is getting pretty good odds with a lot of hands that he might have in the spot. As it is, he's basically just got the back doors and the overs he can't feel too good about facing a 3-bet.
And we're pretty much even. Look at this.
Yeah, look at that. Wow.
Mark, change it back to a 6. Change it back to a 6. You've got the momentum now. You've got all of the momentum.
It's true. And listen, momentum is a thing. We're human. So our brains respond to momentum even though it doesn't affect the math at all. especially in a heads-up battle like this. I think it has a non-zero effect.
Mm-hmm. And that's what I thought Kekgeek was getting going for him the
Yeah.
last match.
Yeah.
He was getting those all-ins through, then he got it in, ace versus king-queen, hit his ace, and it was like, man, if that doesn't run out so terrible, all that momentum's going to be on his side. He's going to still be in a chip deficit, but he's got the momentum. I was excited for how that match was going to play out, but then just abruptly ended.
Note the big sizing from Chris here. So he checked the turn when he tripped up there, and so he's just trying to make up that value on the river with a bigger bet.
Yep. And there, in my mind, there's only two options to like bet size there. It's either something big or actually something like really small.
Yep.
And he's got that part of the range where he wants to go big.
Mm-hmm.
So I liked the bet size.
Mm-hmm. And that's another thing that, I'm sure he's thinking about on the turn, where maybe it's a situation where you're going to get called, more likely to get called by one big bet than two small bets.
Mm-hmm.
So tricky with the ace of spades in Chris's hand here. All right, won't matter.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's still
It
Mark
matters. As a
Mark
blocker,
is
it
laying
matters.
this trap, and then
Yeah.
like if Chris is gonna try and find a bluff, like he probably wants the ace of spades in his hand.
And
then if he has the ace of spades and he's gonna bluff, he probably goes for a big sizing.
Yeah.
He chooses not to, but I think if he bets there, he's probably going something 275, 300, maybe even over pot. Wouldn't really like surprise me all that much. So,
And holding that nut blocker, you can get away with that kind of stuff. Yeah, Taylor.
yeah, I thought we might have seen a 3-bet bluff here. He was using queen 9 off as a 3-bet bluff before. I thought maybe we'd see it again here. Apparently he's going to use some mixed frequencies. Maybe he didn't get the random number generator to come up with what he wanted.
It wasn't the right power suit for Chris, I think. He must be playing hearts or clubs.
All right, looks like Astro Merv's got to take off, but thanks for stopping by.
Always a pleasure, Merv. You take care, buddy.
Yeah.
That's fun.
But yeah, so apparently he's mixing it up. He's not going to 3-bet bluff with that queen 9 off every time, which I think is a smart way to go for it. How is he regulating that? Is it emotion? Is it random number generator? Is it just what he's feeling?
He's a man of many mysteries.
Pretty good spot for Mark.
Yeah, I was going to say, we're not folding.
And in terms of hands that Chris would want to bluff with or continue bluffing, I was thinking the deuce 5 would be one of those.
Yeah, no showdown value.
No showdown value, no real draws. Do you just turn just those into 3 barrels or 2 barrels? But he says just 1 barrel's enough. I'm going to stop here. Mark drills the river. He's got the nuts. And he goes big. And Chris, I was going to say, the only thing that could go on there would be an Eric Gin style river bluff.
Bluff.
That was really close to the exact situation where Binkley went for the big river raise.
Super cool.
But this was the spot where you didn't want to
yes,
unleash
indeed.
the river bluff.
And I think, Mark's thinking this player, if he's going to bluff the river, why didn't he bluff the turn? So there was a chance to bluff on the turn there. He turned it down, so better to lead.
You drilled your hand. He was either checking back with marginal value or checking down with nothing. At least that's how I view it. If he had nothing, he's probably not going to fire the river. And if he had marginal value, he might call that bet. So you're targeting that marginal value portion.
Especially when Mark's got an aggressive image, you want to be betting value because people are going to be calling you later. So that makes a lot of sense. And as you can see, he's changed his icon to a 5. So
he's evened it up. I missed it. Yeah. Chris going for
that's a frequency-based play there. Just like we were talking before, we've seen Mark lead out at those monotone flops, and I think Chris feels like that's an action play. So
I'm surprised to see it taken with the Queen 9 suited there, though.
Yes. Yeah.
Interested in that one. Oh, no.
Oh, hello.
Yeah. These guys, I think Mark's saying, I've got the momentum. I'm ready to like fire. And Chris is like, you have been winning all these hands. I need to fire back.
Interesting.
Yeah, potential for a gut shot. And then middle pair here.
So Mark bets
Big
about
bet.
2/3.
Big.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty quick call from
Chris
from
calls.
Chris, which makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Now the 10, if you're Mark, might seem like it's all right, but what it does is it makes your straight when it comes through look way more obvious.
Mm-hmm.
So it doesn't really hurt you, but your outs that you have to get like paid, your implied odds went down with that 10 because it's going to look way more scary.
Good point.
And also a scary board for Chris in his run out. He had middle pair, it was looking good, and then it was card above his. Bluffing hands that his opponents have. Potentially has a lot of those cards in there, the jacks and the 10s. Oh!
Alert!
Yeah, so this is hone in to Mark. Mark, do not slow play.
Smooth call.
I can't blame him with the aces, but you're so evened. You probably want to keep that aggression going. Plus, with all the aggression that was happening previously, I think it made sense game flow wise to go for the 3-bet there.
Mm-hmm.
Man, to know that he could have had everything. Oh, what a call. We're still going to see a lot of chips get in here.
It's true.
So when he sees that action, Mark's got to think Chris has got a king.
Yep.
And I think when that's the instance, he goes big here.
Yeah, he should.
I wouldn't be surprised to league 700.
I think you're right. Not a lot of natural draws.
So is Mark this stoic, or did his camera freeze up again?
I think he's this stoic.
He is like a statue right now. 800. Okay. I like that bet size. Chris doesn't have the king, but how it played so much like Chris had a king there. So it's got to feel a little bit frustrating for Mark, but I like the bet size there because you're just saying, what action do I need to take that a king is just gonna double me up?
Yep.
And I think that was pretty much the perfect line. I think he could go a little bit smaller just due to the amount that he would have left behind after that bet. If he had way more chips, I love the 800 size. But given that he was slightly lower, I think you can go a little bit lower and still get all the chips in on the river. But, like how it was played. Just unfortunate that Chris had the ace-queen there and they didn't get too aggressive pre-flop either. And now, Chris has got to be feeling a little bit of pressure.
Yep. Advantage Prashant.
Yeah, this is match number 10 that we're showing, right? No, match number 11. We played match 9 and match 10 already. This is match 11 of our series thus far. I think this is the first time we've seen a actual swing.
Yes. Back over.
Every time we've seen it, it's been like, okay, one person takes a big advantage and lots of back and forth, and then boom, match over. And then we've had some jostling around the middle point. Obviously, the Kelly Andrew match that we had that went on for forever, there was a decent amount of back and forths, but I guess Andrew did kind of like get down a decent amount and then come back, but then Kelly eventually won. So I guess we'll see what happens here, but this feels like the first major one where it was like way down and then someone said, nope, I'm sorry, I'm fighting back, and now I've got the lead.
That's right.
So it's interesting. I love to see how these play out. And I think it's time for Mark to switch to the 6. I think
he is. Yeah, I mean, maybe depending on how this exact hand goes.
Yeah.
Is it going to be enough? He'll find the fold here.
I think so.
I think his camera did
freeze, though. I
think
haven't
you're
seen
right.
him
You're
blink.
Right. I don't think he's that stoic.
I don't think he controls his blinking.
Actually, Mark could just have, knowing Mark, he's set up a sort of like dummy screen, and he's already right now.
Oh, he did call. Oh,
wow!
He went for the hero call.
Ace high.
Ace there.
Yep. It is a monster. Ace
work.
high is a monster.
Yeah. Tried to look him up. He'd look amazing if he called and was right.
Right. Faux show.
But
yeah, Chris could
I
put a
thought
little
this
bet
matchup
out
was
here.
going to be done in 5 minutes, and here we are. It's got to be over a half hour. I think it started
55
right around
minutes.
9, but
55 minutes sounded about right for this one.
oh. That's a long matchup. And okay, I get it. The 5-5. Okay, gotcha. I was the step behind. I'm like, that's a long matchup, Jim.
That is a long matchup.
And we have not been going 55 minutes. Again, you're getting a little bit fatigued, Taylor. I would have caught that one immediately right away, but
well, there was no. I could have flashed a visual cue as
yes.
well. That's on me.
I think it would be 5 by 5 minutes long. If it goes that long, I think Chris is gonna win then, just due to the duration. But either if it was 5 minutes long, which we saw right away,
yes,
or 55 minutes long. Those are his two spectrums. Now that we're in like that 30-ish minute range, now it's Mark's turn to win.
It's just math. That's math, folks. Can't argue with math.
Maybe I just haven't been paying attention as much, but like I feel like whenever we do go on our tangents, it is at points where like there's not too much action. People can kind of follow along, and it's like, Mark's got 4-3. He's not gonna do anything here.
I think we've been calibrating very well so far.
Oh, he raises! Oh, look, he came back just in time. Get out of here, Chris.
I love it.
Find the fold.
It's another paired board, right? It's just it's hard for your opponent to have a hand here, which is why the in-position player c-bets it a lot, because it's hard for you to have a hand. And so if they're c-betting a lot, that means they're c-betting it with a bunch of garbage. So if they're doing that, you can bluff into them because they have to fold a lot of the time.
Yeah,
so it's a great.
I like it.
There you go, back in front.
The same thing happened when Binkley went for his river raise. It got to the point, and I was just like, all right, Binkley's folding, and then like I started like talking about something else, and then all of a sudden I was like, whoa, oh my gosh, he went for the raise. I was tuning out. I was getting ready for the next hand. I was trying to fill dead air because everyone's gonna be like, he's just hollering.
That's right. But no, he was reaching deep into his bag of tricks.
I'm not one to definitively say things, but that might have been the second best bluff we've seen in the series. Turning that nut low, essentially. That was the nut low.
Into
a raise.
I love it.
To be honest, I liked it because you want to find spots to bluff there, and he does have emergency backup straight outs. He had the 3-4. It was what? Jack, deuce, deuce.
Jack, deuce, deuce.
So he had the deuce there. He had the emergency backdoor straight outs, which you'd be like, runner. How often does that happen? And I'd be like, look at the last matchup.
Exactly. We've seen it.
We just saw it. And Jim said runner, and I was like, what is he talking about? Like, it's over. It's a paired board. And then the jack came out, and I was like, oh, I guess it could be a 10. And then Jim's like, he's looking for the 10.
Yep. Kiss
there
of death. Kiss of death.
So, Kekik, if you're watching
if you're
this,
listening,
you know who to send your complaint to. He's right here, right below this camera here. There's Jim. Yep. What is it?
That's
Jim
right.
at Rec Poker?
No, stay away.
Jim at Rec.Poker?
Jim at Rec.Poker. Send your hate mail.
Okay. All right.
So
yeah, PetVet went whoa too. Yeah, when we were watching that, we were like, that was a hand.
And on that point, when you're looking at boards like that and areas where you're going to make high frequency plays, we talk about using good bluffing candidates if they have like draw equity or blocker value or something like that. But on boards like Jack 2-2 Rainbow, there just aren't going to be that many natural semi-bluff candidates. But you still want to check raise at a high frequency. So you really have to start using hands that don't have equity and don't have blocker value. And generally, the hands that you're going to choose are going to be ones that just have no showdown value at all, or they're just closer to the bottom of your range. When it's just a math play. So I like that. I like that a lot.
Yeah, I have a feeling if we tried to run this through GTO type of stuff. First, you'd have to run it and make sure that 3-4 was in your range to begin with.
Right. Yes.
But if you got it in there, I think it would really like using 3-4 there as a bluff.
Mm-hmm.
It fits a lot of those types of candidates that you're looking for. Exactly what Jim just said. So my way of saying +1.
This is the win. So I like this one. People are playing it as they should, I think. It's going to be...
I think we've got 2 frozen cameras now. We've played for too long that both their cameras have frozen up. But we still got the action going, so we're still good there.
Yep. Thanks. Do you think you get another bet from Mark here? I think so. Second pair.
Right? You bet flop. You get a 3 turn. What does that really do? It only hurts you against 5-6. Your opponent could call with diamonds. You want to get value from diamonds. Could have other straight drawish type of hands, although you block the 8. But yeah, I think you keep going for a bet here. And then if your opponent calls here, then you really are evaluating river. You don't really want to go for thin value on the river should Chris call.
Mm-hmm.
Well, hopefully Chris didn't disconnect, and hopefully he's just thinking about this one for a while.
It is a bit of a thinker, I guess. He's got...
a bit, yeah. He's got a gut shot straight, and he's got third pair. He does fold. Okay. I wish we could have seen his camera there. Would he have gone full like, oh no, what do I do?
Yeah.
Like he did with the pocket 4s. To just know that like either person here could have won this match at one point.
True.
Chris, if he finds the call with pocket 4s, could have won. And then I think if Mark gets aggressive with the aces pre-flop, Chris is not going to settle down. I think Chris is going to fire in a 4-bet in that spot with ace-queen suited.
Yep.
And then I think it just plays itself out from there. And it looked like it was going to be a safe board. Yeah, because we got to the turn. There was no outs for Chris. So I think it could have been over there. So both have had chances. Woody Adams in the chat. Hey, Woody, how's it going?
Rocket Box.
Yeah, long time no see. Hope
right
all is
on,
well.
man. Calling in from PA.
Yeah.
He's been killing it down there. Got a little poker club going. He's giving lessons.
Nice.
He's getting people involved, getting people more involved in the poker community down there in Pennsylvania. Way to go, Woody. Keep it up, man.
Yeah, nice. Bottom pair versus gut shot draw and nut flush draw.
And Chris is just never folding any pair on any board. Heads up, period, to one bet. Mark says you lost your audio and video. Oh, all right. Yeah. Not just us.
I think, I was like, it seemed like there was some sort of disconnection or lag or something. As long as the cards keep coming through.
Yep, that's all we care about.
Right. I think if you're Mark, you fire here once again. Chris says you're frozen to me. Yeah, they're both frozen here, so...
He might have been speaking about
sounds like they're both all right, so yeah.
Yeah, we don't know. That could be some sort of commentary on the relationship outside of the game too. Just saying, we don't know. We don't know for sure.
Right.
Maybe there's some tension in their working relationship.
Right. Yeah. Right. They're like, I've lost this. You're done to me. This is a big bet. I think this is gonna find a fold from Chris. I like the bet size. It would have been interesting to see if there's an instance where Chris calls and then river misses from Mark. Does he fire that third barrel again? That's the question everyone always wonders. Would he have fired the third barrel? Because it's a big relief when they fold there on the turn. But,
sure.
Would you have continued betting? Mark is
chipping up,
slowly working his way up there. Just those little ups and downs, but gradually progressing up.
Ooh. There's a 3-bet from Chris. I love that suited wheel ace hand selection. So many ways they can improve post flop. Blockers. There's just tons of good reasons to 3-bet with those suited wheel aces.
The Jim Reid special. King 10 offsuit. We coined a new hand name here, I think. At least for tonight. Like, it'll stick around tonight. But we'll have to see, like, does it carry into next week? And then the true testament would be if it carries into April when we do our normal Twitch streams on Thursdays. Does it come up and I still call it the Jim Reid special?
That's how we'll know.
Chris sending it with pocket sevens.
Yep.
Does Mark feel gambly? I have a feeling he's just going to fold, but if he's gambly enough, he can find a call.
24 big blinds, so Chris is feeling like he doesn't really have a 3-bet sizing that's not all in if he's going to be playing out of position. And I think that's...
And if he is torn between potentially having on all-ins and potentially not, the king is actually a pretty good card to have, in my opinion, because your opponent's probably not jamming king, queen, and king, jack in that spot. Probably just calling. They probably get aggressive with ace king, and maybe the ace king is even like a smaller 3-bet to kind of induce.
Yep.
So then king 10, like the king becomes live. And then the other hands that they have are ace x, which you have decent equity versus ace x, and pocket pairs. And, you know, if it's a pocket pair above 10, not good equity. Pocket pair below 10, decent equity. And again, if it's jacks, queens, or aces, are they going to just jam to begin with? So I was sitting there thinking through it. I'm like, I actually think king 10 is actually not that bad of a calling hand. I don't think I would, just to like be extra clear. But it would maybe be a little bit tempted and think about it.
And ultimately, they're not making any more good hands. I checked at the factory. They're done. They're not making any more good hands. So if you're going to call with hands that are not good hands, you just got to pick hands that aren't that good. And king 10's better than a lot.
Right. And since you're supporting it, and since we got these messages in chat, Poker Geek says, I vote it's known as the Jim Reid special. And Badker says, I'll second that. You're talking so kindly of it. We've got a name.
It's official. There you go. All right, well, we'll see if it sticks. You never know.
I'm ready for the next. Again, this matchup's been going on for a while. We had 2 short matchups, and now we had a lot here. But I'm waiting for someone when we ask for the next winning hands to say just the Jim Reid special. Right, I'll take the Jim Reid special.
Yeah, I love it. That's actually really helpful to me because now I will almost certainly not bust with it in the World Series this year because it'll just be like, nope, fold free, just fold free. It's not going to anchor myself to that legacy.
Oh yeah, Babker says we've got this long one and we still have the marathon player coming up next in Kelly.
You're right.
Are you good for potentially another hour or so?
Bring it on.
You got anywhere to be?
I got a whole case of Diet Coke
dry
right by the desk, just waiting.
Oh, sorry, I thought you were gonna just show me your ginger ales, the dries as you call it.
Yeah, that's right. That's how we refer to them up here. Yeah. So that's the break in case of emergency Diet Coke stash over there.
Got you. Oh wow. Oh, could this be over here? I didn't think Mark was going to turn.
He's got that straight
draw.
Yep.
Into Chris typing out his Uggs now because of video and audio isn't working.
Oh right, yeah, good point.
He's got top pair. He's got emergency straight up.
Yeah, he's got his own straight draw.
He doesn't know that his 6 would not be good, but he also doesn't know that he doesn't need to improve at all. He is currently. He calls.
Here this could be it.
Is this it? This is it.
Oh, wow. There it is.
Who had 10-6?
Yep.
Wow.
The heart of a lion on Mark Trishon.
Wow.
That is great. I love seeing players get frisky like that and putting themselves into it. Nice play.
You know what? I'm not even going to look. I don't think anyone had 10-6. So
yep.
I'm not even going to look. I know no one picked it. But wow. It had been going so long back and forth. I had got lulled into a sense of security, especially seeing 10-6 versus 8-5. I did not think that was going to be coming.
No, but the moment was there.
That'll teach me. That'll teach me. Pay attention, Taylor. You're putting together a production here.
That's true.
Watch what's going on.
You can't just show up and toss back a couple tries and relax yourself, okay?
Right. Yeah.
We're all counting on you, Taylor.
Mm-hmm.
Bringing this together.
Speaking of which, I should get back to my job. I'll manage my predictions. A lot of the money was on Chris Jones there. So we're going to pay out the Chris 5x5 side. Let's pay that out, and let's start up the next one.
And then, folks,
last match of the night.
Yeah.
We've got Kelly
versus John.
She doesn't usually go by a nickname, but I'm going to call her Marathon Kelly.
Smart.
Nothing about running, but just due to the match that we had before, I'm going to give her the nickname Marathon Geek, or Marathon. And then, sorry, I was going to say Poker Geek, and then I've been doing this for too long, so
it's getting late. It's getting late for Taylor. He's got 2 young girls at home. They run him off his feet. Yeah. We're gonna get you there, bud.
But anyways, otherwise, the other option will be Poker Geek MN, and then what I like to do is put the everywhere in there as well, because he's Poker Geek MN everywhere.
Guy's a pro. He's known worldwide.
So, this is what happens when you get 2 hours in. Like, all of a sudden, like, you get me acting like that.
Get a little punchy.
Let's get our gambling going. You can put in your channel points. Remember, 1 million for a certificate from me that says congratulations. 2 million in channel points. It'll be signed by me. So you're gonna have to earn those at some point if you want to gamble. So
get a start now.
Put your guesses out there. Who will win? Will it be Marathon Kelly or Poker Geek MN everywhere? Get those guesses in. But,
and then take a moment and everyone just give Taylor Maas a round of applause for what he's been doing putting this MaREC Madness together. It's a huge operation. He makes it look easy, but I've seen behind the scenes, this is a very complicated procedure. He's got a lot of plates spinning in the air, and he really deserves a lot of thanks and appreciation for it. So Taylor, hats off, man. Just taking a break here to tell you that you're doing a great job, and we're all lucky to have you.
Thanks. Yeah. History lesson, like, it started as a brief idea that we had over a year ago. We were like, hey, people are playing heads-up matches. Should we do something? And then all of a sudden I was like, what if we did it in March? What if we did a heads-up bracket in March? Because, like, doesn't that, like, fit so perfectly? So we did MaREC Madness. I also came up with the name of MaREC Madness. I don't know if it's, like, that good of a name, but, like, it fits, right? It sticks now. We gotta stick with it. So it's MaREC Madness, and I thought it went really well last year. I was skeptical on, like, how it was all going to turn out, but it turned out really well. And then this year I was like, let's think of all that we did before. How can we improve it? And I liked the idea of including others. So we did the core team last year. And then I was like, let's add some more. So we got 4 from the Wrecking Crew and then 4 from the community, which we gave away to win their way in. And what we did right away was we made them face off against each other. I was thinking maybe we do core one side, community on the other. And we got those matches right away. And we saw a good chunk of, mixed match between it. On the top half of the bracket, we saw the community members kind of sweep. And then the bottom half, it seemed like the core team swept, except for Kelly. So we'll see if Kelly can upset the core team here. But it's been cool how it's turned out. Sorry, you got me on a soapbox now that we're talking about the production, man, and how everything's going. So we're over halfway through. Well over halfway through in terms of the matches. But next week, definitely tune back in because we've got the final 4 matchups. It'll probably be the shortest week that we have, but it is the final 4 matchups, so all the pressure's on the line. And we haven't talked through all the logistics of how we're setting it up, but next week for the final 4, we actually extended the blind levels. So we've had a ton of tried to have some play, but also the matches get over quicker. Next week we did add a little bit more play to it, and then also for the championships as well. So that'll be exciting. And then 2 weeks from now, the last Thursday in March, we'll have the championship. It's going to be a best of 3 for whoever the 2 members are that have made the championship. So I see a lot of messages in the chat. Gibber wants a recap of the results so far. So first matchup of the night, I'll go quick because we will have Kelly and Poker Geek playing pretty soon here. But first matchup of the night, Trond versus Kim. Kim took a commanding lead with a flop straight versus top pair of Trond. Trond turned 2 pair, and then it was pretty much over after that. Second matchup of the night was Monkey System versus Jacob, so Cat Geek versus Monkey System. That one pretty much got decided where they both flopped a pair and then turned 2 pair. So it was King 8 versus King Deuce, and a turn 2 pair kind of sealed that one for Monkey System. There was some back and forth after that, and Monkey System ultimately won with a runner straight. And then we just had this matchup where Chris took a huge lead immediately versus Website Mark. Website Mark fought all the way back, and then if you saw the end there, Website Mark went for a bluff on the turn with a gut shot or an open-ended draw.
Open-ended, yep.
Chris called with top pair and held. So our final 4 so far. Next week we're going to see Kim versus Monkey System. And then the other match will be Chris versus the winner of this upcoming match.
Oh, okay. No soft seats left. No soft seats left in this tournament, man. We got a bunch of killers here.
So, looks like Poker Geek and Kelly are almost ready to go. I'm going to recap some of the hands that we've seen thus far. Stewie picks Ace-King again. Love to see it. JB says 9-7. Going out on a limb. I like that. 5x5 is going to say Jack-9. Bunch of people saying congrats. Monkey System's going with Ace-10. Jasper Jr. saying Pocket Queens. Gibber saying Ace-9. Babker sticking with the Ace-Jack. Evil Roy
so
Pocket
far.
8s. And that's it. And then 5x5 does chime in there and say he was really, really close to calling with the Pocket 4s, which could have ended it. So, looks like they're ready to go. So let's head over to the match now. And let's see this.
Oh my God, Kelly has the sunglasses on.
Yeah, she does.
Oh, Kelly Stork, God bless you. Oh man, that is awesome. All right, first blood to Poker Geek.
Yeah. So we kind of alluded to this, but Kelly played the long match before. Get ready, like this could go for a while. So.
Oh, that is great. Oh man, Kelly Stork for president.
Yeah, and it's like just like barely on there too. It's like, yeah.
Yeah.
What are you gonna read from this, huh?
That's right.
Poker Geek's like, I don't need to read anything. All my actions are predetermined.
That's true.
As a robot, yeah.
Yeah, he's a mechanic.
Ooh, this is a spicy turn card.
Yeah.
Poker Geek gets 2 pair, and Kelly turns top pair. I think we could see a couple rounds of betting that just favors Poker Geek here.
My guess is we get a lead from John, and depending on the size, I think Kelly's got a snap call there. Yep. Nothing to be done about that.
Unfortunate for Kelly, but to be fair, it's early on.
It is. Lots of time.
Not a huge loss. Definitely something you can come back from, but
lots of time.
Not the way you wanted to start either. Yeah, Mark Prashant also in the chat saying tough decisions in that one for sure. Was a great battle. Yep, I agree with that. You said it, man. That was the exact way you should describe it. Yeah.
I really like Mark's aggressive playing style.
Like I said,
it might just be empathy.
Jim, we forgot to make predictions for this one.
Oh yeah, whoa. Ooh, Kelly also won one of these. She won one of these in order to win her seat in here.
Kelly won her way in, yeah.
And normally, I'm actually going to surprise myself. Normally, I'm going with like the person who's most experienced. I think John has played more poker than Kelly. I think John is such a strategic mind. I know he is a savvy veteran. He knows everything about the game. But Kelly's just blown me out of the water with the trash talk videos, and showing up with the sunglasses here.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this is gonna be a problem. I'm picking Kelly. I'm picking Kelly.
I was gonna pick the opposite of whatever you picked, just so you know. So I'm taking John.
All right.
There, we can sum it up. But ugly.
Yeah.
Looks like a good board for Kelly, but in actuality, very ugly one.
It is really not.
Poker Geek feels super confident about his hand. Kelly's gonna feel confident about her hand as a second best hand, unfortunately. Big bet here. I think it's gonna get called.
Oh, definitely.
I think the only thing that kind of stops this from being really bad is if there's an ace or king. There's a king. Okay,
there it is.
Right.
And it does complete the flush, which is in the calling range.
Yes,
too, so.
And Poker Geek just checked behind.
Yeah, that's a bad card.
Interesting.
For him. The club and the
club
king. He
and an over. Yeah.
Save some chips there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Chris says predicting after you see her wearing the sunglasses is cheating. So I agree. Mm-hmm.
I think it's a real advantage. I'm just saying.
Team Somsky.
Yeah. Yeah. So there's that lead into the monotone flop again. I think players just understand that it's hard to continue on monotone flops if you don't have a flush or drawing to a very, very strong flush or exactly a set. It's hard.
Yeah, it's a really easy board to fold on if you've got just two random things and none of that suit. Yeah, this one open-ended straight draw versus diamond draw.
Yeah, we're definitely seeing the call from John. And then does Kelly get frisky? All right, goes for the smooth call.
Wow, that's a big card for Poker Geek.
Yeah, and he's been betting big turns, so I'd expect him to go about 300 here. Yeah.
Yep. Mm-hmm. And I think Kelly sticks around.
Yep. Oops. That's
to take that phone call, Jim. You're right in the heat of a strong hand. And...
I had my ringer turned off. It's a reminder to feed my dog.
Oh. You probably should do that too.
That's what Mrs. Blusterini's for tonight. She's got it all covered.
Oh.
All right.
More flush draws for Kelly.
Yeah, this one's
better though. Pair plus flush draws, so much more comfortable.
Makes a big difference. Easy fold for John.
That's what happens when you play against bots, though. The bots don't care about bet sizing.
True. Good point.
Yeah, they see you bet and they fold. Another point for John Somsky being a bot.
Mm-hmm.
Which there's a lot of. Yeah, there's a lot of people complaining in the online space, especially with like the ACR stuff in terms of like bots and getting them off the site and all that type of stuff. That's why John doesn't play on ACR, just so you know, because how much they crack down on that type of stuff.
Yeah, well, his play resembles the kind of play that you might see from a GTO bot. And so when the sites, see him playing, they're like, okay, well, that's obviously some sort of professional machine.
Here's another money flop. We've been seeing a lot of big flops.
No kidding. We're trying to get some blood in the water here tonight.
Straight draw and a backdoor flush draw versus two overs and a flush draw.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Okay, here we go.
Min raise.
It's a good board. It's a good board for that out of position player there. I should continue then, if that's the line you're going to take.
But that 8 doesn't change a whole lot for any player's range, so I expect another call from Poker Geek. And then I think it gets really interesting on the river, especially when the river bricks. That's not a brick. John's going to have an easy call now. All right, and we're coining another term apparently. Chris says they do bot tests on ACR. Trying to ensure that you're a human. He says he calls them the Somskis. I'm surprised John didn't go for a bet there with the queen, but 2 times now where he's checked behind with the winning hand. I guess just trying to evaluate what's going to call me and playing it safely and smartly.
And he does have a big chip lead, so he can kind of, like we were talking about before, Kelly's the one that's going to have to kick off sides here. So John can kind of coast a little. This one could get dirty.
Right. Middle pair. We talked about how good like ace high is just in general. And then any pair. Now you get top pair versus middle pair. We should see some chips going here.
Now I see Kelly going
Oh
about
my
2/3. Oh, Jesus.
You can't stop him.
Wow. Check.
Yeah. John's got a bet now when it goes check. I'm actually really surprised to see the check behind from Kelly, too.
Mm-hmm.
Really smartly, like, identifying those situations. The 6 is a lot of Somsky's continuing range, but now Somsky bets big, and it's hard to get away from that top pair.
Yeah, especially heads up like this. There's just so many hands that they could have. It's hard to eliminate all of those.
I feel bad for Kelly. Everything in terms of when we've had those like big flops hit a flop in any sort of way for her, and it's been like John's had the better of it.
Yep.
And that last hand where it finally was going to go the other way, John turns better. Like, just really unfortunate.
Yep. But I like that she's taking some of these semi-bluff aggressive lines. That's
and
no surprise.
John just goes runner trips.
Oh my God.
I think John, settled down with the big hands, please.
This should be easy to let it go. Oh boy, here we go.
All right. There we go.
And John
finally gave Kelly a hand.
Yeah.
But you know what's going to happen here, right? It's going to be like a 5-7-9.
Right. Pretty close.
Well, there's the 7.
Pretty close. 7 of diamonds.
Yeah. We just need the 9 now. All right. I spoke it into existence, and I didn't mean to. Please no 9. Let's let Kelly come back. I know I predicted John to go against Jim.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to beat Jim in all the predictions. But this has been just too bad of luck for Kelly. All right, 10's nice. Kelly's probably just getting it in here, and I think John's going to have to fold with his gut shot draw. Yeah. That's what I think is going to happen.
She could do it. I mean, I guess you could. I'm in Kelly's position here. Sometimes I wonder, I'm getting it in anyway. Can I get more chips from my opponent if I spread it out over 2 streets?
Right. But doesn't the going over 2 streets look fishy?
Yes. But can they fold? Even still, can they fold?
Yeah. Those are my favorite. Like you talk about like bet sizings and stuff like that. Like when someone's short stacked in ICM situations, and I was the aggressor pre, and it's my turn to c-bet.
Yes.
I love betting a single big blind, like the
right.
least possible.
Yeah.
And it's just like, hey, you. I know you have to play really tight here. Here's 1 big blind. What are you going to do?
Mm-hmm. And the fact is, you give people a chance to fold. A lot of times they'll overfold. It's true.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think either player feels great about their hand here, so it just becomes one of those who's going to take it away spots.
Who's going to bet at it? At least we've kind of settled down with like the intense action. Like we had some hands there in a row, flopping flush draws, flopping pairs, turning high value hands. Give him a little bit of a break.
Yep, pretty good hand. Pretty good flop for John.
Here's
sneaky turn here. This could get gross.
A snap call.
Snow fast.
Ooh.
And John's obviously going to bet 302 chips right now. He's really thinking he's tanking.
Uh-oh. Disconnected.
That's not good.
Uh-oh.
Hold on.
I mean, I'm assuming it was going to go bet fold, but we saw John move a little bit.
Yeah, I see Kelly moving.
Can we get back into this?
Kelly's in it. I see them both moving.
Yeah. Come on.
Made the call.
I think we missed something there. I think it showed King 5 there at the very end. Wow. That's not the way that we wanted to end that.
No.
But we see John with all the chips, and I think I presumed that she was going to fold on that river there, and then we kind of showed a king 5 at the end, which looked like it hit a pair or something. So I'm pretty sure king 5 was around. We can go back and double check.
Maybe we had a little lag.
Yeah, there was that disconnect issue. No one picked ace 5, so I don't feel bad about that. It was either ace 5 or king 5, which was going to win there. So, yeah, John says she folded, and then I won with the king 5.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
All right.
Chris chimes in and says he's predicting the winning hand is just a mystery. We won't know what it was.
He's taking the field.
Yeah, see, he's just trying to be smart about it. But we actually did know. We can talk to Poker Geek. Look, he confirms exactly what our suspicion was.
There you go.
Well, Marathon Kelly, it was not a marathon.
No, that one was over in a relatively civilized fashion.
That was. I think it was leftover from the long match previously. She had a 2-week break from the long match, but this one went much quicker. She says she wants a rematch. Can work that out. Maybe MaREC Madness next year.
Well, yeah, because John and Kelly are now 1-1 in their global.
Right. That was the thing that John said. Yeah.
Yeah.
Apparently, Kelly smacked him down. It must have been in a home game.
I'll tell you exactly when it was. It was in June 2021 because Kelly.
This is way too specific. What the
No,
heck?
I remember it because she beat me and she beat John back to back to go on and crown herself the June victor of the Heads Up tournament.
Oh, to
That's
get
how
into
she won her way into MaREC Madness.
Oh.
She took me out to the woodshed and then she took John out to the woodshed, and now John's had his sweet revenge. But Kelly,
had I known that, I would have picked Kelly.
Yeah. Well, there you
go. And Poker Geek again confirms what you said. It was true. So
it was the third Saturday in June. I can tell you that too.
Wow, this is insane. Wow.
They let me mess with the calendar here, folks. That's really all I do, and I host the podcast.
Everyone's got their own set of skills, and it's good to know that you have a set of skills.
It's nice to have a skill. It is nice. Mm-hmm. Yes. Mm-hmm. That's very generous of you to describe it as a set. I guess even an empty set is still a set, right?
Right.
Yeah, you're a math guy.
Yeah, I was like, I'm a math guy. I know all about sets. What you're saying actually makes sense.
Yeah, that's right. No, the only sets I know are what I like to flop them playing cash games in Montreal. Yep. It's very specific.
Yeah. Well, that's it for us tonight,
Yeah,
Jim.
we did
got
it.
through 4 matches.
Holy cow. I think we even still kind of like each other.
No, this was great. Thanks for joining me for this. So easy to go on those tangents, just banter back and forth, plus watch all these matchups. I feel like the commentary on the matches was maybe, C level. If we were in college, we probably would have passed. But the banter I think that we had was definitely A- level. Like that was great.
Yeah. Well, play to your strengths, right? Mm-hmm. You can either know a lot about poker or you can have a good time talking about it. I don't know anyone who can do both.
Right. Mm-hmm. So no, it was great. Thanks for joining me. So we have our final 4. We watched all of them play and win tonight. So next week we're going to watch Kim take on Monkey System, and then we're going to watch Chris take on John Somsky.
Wow.
So it's going to be 2 good matchups.
Mm-hmm.
Again, we increased the blind levels for those, so it should give a little bit more play. But also just 2 matches, we know it's going to be a little bit shorter. So we're going to shift our Twitch schedule back to the normal time. We've been starting at 7:30 locally for me, and been talking about stuff, getting ready, and then starting the matches at 8. Next week we're going to start at 8, which is our normal Twitch schedule. We'll be back to that normal time, and then we don't have to worry about like how late does this go for all those matchups. So next week 8 o'clock, join us then. We're going to be playing those 2 matchups, see who's going to play in the championship. Super exciting, should be a ton of fun. And then the week after, obviously, the championship matchups. We'll figure out who wins next week, and then they'll be playing for the MaREC Madness title of 2022. They're going to be playing a best of 3 series, And we'll have to see how it all plays out. It's just going to be a ton of fun. Lots of interesting action. I'm sure of it. But we're about 3/4 of the way through the tournament. Hopefully you all have joined us. If you're watching us live and you missed any of the action, all those videos are up on YouTube. Go check those out. If you're watching on YouTube and you want to watch this live, we do this on Twitch at twitch.tv/recpoker. Come check us out there. Give us a follow. Let's Twitch know that you like our channel. We would greatly appreciate it. Otherwise, until next week, for Jim, I'm Taylor. Thanks everyone for tuning in. We appreciate all the chat that we had tonight. It was great to get everyone interacted, but thank you so much.
See you again next
Good
time.
night.
Take care.
See ya. Thanks.